here.
I'll
Like,
go
it
with
wouldn't
you.
be a regular
I'll go
thing.
with you to 1.
It wouldn't be a regular thing for me to be like, listen, I roll out of here one time a year and do it.
When I pulled up and I saw the 430 Scuderia, I was like, all right, I'm good.
Yeah, I'm good.
This is the place for me.
I was like, okay. It was
'cause-
blue.
Hello, chat room.
Zach D's making me. He's like,
5 a.m. You can get there in 2 hours and 15 minutes, probably. That was Google. Let me check Waze, because Waze always tells me the truth.
yeah, Waze never lies.
It knows my speed.
That's true.
So, let's see.
Oh, have you seen?
Look at it, 2 hours and 20 minutes.
From here, 2 hours and 20 minutes?
That's not bad.
All right.
Yeah.
And that's like 80 mile an hour average speed.
I'm surprised, Josh. How much?
Oh, is that on your average speed? Because in which case, we're going to add a little time, dude.
Yeah.
If that's on your average speed, it's going to take us 3 hours to get
The
there.
Civic really doesn't hold speed like the E46 does. It just,
Shout to Kenna, Carman Cam, Ransom Garage, details by Doug,
what's up,
Gus, DJ, Tim's.
Who's
Unbelievable.
Cam?
I don't know.
I don't know.
He's in the
Good
chat.
daddy. No, man.
Oh no, it's all right.
How'd they for their, how y'all got some good memories. It's crazy.
Have you seen the whole
Double
Waze
D.
conspiracy?
E30
What's the
Paul.
conspiracy?
The Waze conspiracy is the speedo on Waze isn't correct.
Oh,
Oh, it's completely wrong.
is it?
What do you
I
mean?
haven't- I don't know if that's true though, because
So,
The GPS speedo on Waze?
so Tedward started this whole thing
Yeah.
where they were driving some Fords, wherever they were driving for a press thing, and the speedo.
It doesn't match my X5s, but I figure
Well,
my
but all
X5s
How
is
much
wrong.
is it off by?
3 miles an hour, maybe?
So they're running the brand new cars from Ford, and their GPS on Google and the speedo on the car say the exact same thing, but Waze was off by 10 miles an hour.
all right, I don't think because
No way.
I don't think this is
Yeah.
true because I have my radar detector has GPS built in,
Big C
Yep.
Chris, what up?
and it tells me how fast I'm
Chongo
going. Usually
Blongo.
that and Waze are matching on my.
Josh, can you,
So,
Daddy, can you turn my headphones up a
girls-
little bit?
Got a
1, 2,
brand new
1,
Turn me up a
23
little
Club
bit.
Minute.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Good.
There
There.
it is.
And I tested it out, and it was off by 4 miles an hour.
All BMW products are off by they read over.
Do they?
I'd
They
say
read over 2 or
they-
3.
2 to 4 miles per hour. Or
Yeah.
So. Yeah, and they
This
that's
was off by 4.
yeah, that's programmed into the car for it to read higher, like
Keep you down.
2 to 4 miles per hour.
Trying to hold me back.
Yeah. Listen, that's not up to BMW.
So
to
who am I
decide.
believing? Am I believing my Waze or my BMW? Neither. They're both lying.
I think I need a third party
Calibration.
Get a radar detector with GPS in it.
yeah.
You probably need one anyways.
I have-
You have an X5M.
I got
That's
yeah,
bright
I got
blue.
Waze though. I don't need it anymore.
But the combination of radar detector.
That's how my M5 was that way.
My Escort has a GPS. I should throw it in the
Mm-hmm.
other car just to like. They don't have 4 points of verification of the car.
Tyler,
Google
you're not
Maps-
late.
Google
It's
Maps
still
is matching
pre-show.
the car, and then you'll have Waze and the GPS through Escort.
Double
See?
D 603.
That's a lot of
flexing.
tracking your speed. It might be excessive.
That's
Yeah,
a
but I'm
lot.
saying just for this Waze
Just to get
situation.
verification on how.
Yeah.
So what are you gonna do when you figure it out? You're gonna call Waze.
No, I'm literally not gonna.
Hey,
tell you that.
Waze? Yeah.
You're gonna hear me bitch about it on this.
Can we
That's all that ever happens.
can we find like a used speed gun on eBay?
You can
I
buy
can
you can
find
buy GPS speeders. I have one on my M6 because I can never get the dash to work.
Yeah.
It's just cigarette lighter.
I'm
They
just
ain't
curious. It'd be pretty funny.
What do you think that's actually called?
Are we logged into Two Shooks
Yeah.
YouTube?
We are, yeah.
So can we go get them banned from YouTube by leaving inappropriate comments on stuff?
We probably could.
We'll do that after the podcast.
Yeah.
Radar. Oh, radar gun, right?
Radar gun. That's it.
A radar? That's the worst way to check it.
That means
Where
What
Yeah.
are you gonna have someone standing on the side of the highway and radar gun you?
Yeah.
Yeah, $90. Here we go.
Oh, hot damn.
Yeah,
This is
ordered.
not a
All right.
two-person operation.
Yeah, exactly.
Could have done this on your own. One rip down the highway, no problem.
Here we go. Police radar gun for sale.
You don't need to actually be traveling on the highway. You can do
Yeah.
surface road.
And we could get it calibrated so we can tell how accurate this is.
No, I think it's a great idea. You could have someone in another car going alongside you,
Clocking.
and they can slam the brakes on and hit you with the radar.
See, here's the thing. I mess with Tim. He said, I don't even look at my speed, knowing it would be self-incrimination.
I like that. That would be overstepping on your point.
It obviously pulls you over. Do you know how fast you're going? Like, it's not my job.
Yeah.
It's not my job.
Well,
It's not my
yes,
job.
sir, because I knew you were waiting, so
Yeah.
I didn't want to keep you.
As it turns out, it's not my job.
Turns out you can buy a brand new one for $100. So
Yeah, brand
$90
new what?
used, a radar gun.
Why don't you just buy a GPS speedo?
No, we're
I
just saying we need another thing to check accuracy.
Oh, you think GPS is wrong?
We're
in
just going to check
general?
everything. GPS, phones, cars. We need the radar
I think we're
detector.
smarter
I
than
think big GPS is working together to
true.
slow
Yeah.
down the world.
Yeah.
That's
Big
not-
map.
It's clearly not working on me.
Big,
Big maps.
big map is out there.
So yeah, we'll just stand on the side of the highway at different intervals. You can test it.
And make sure it's accurate. I think it's a perfect plan.
I can't even imagine the trouble you'd get in if a cop rolled up onto you running radar on the side of the highway. in like one of their hiding spots.
Or if you,
No, just wait for a buddy to come by.
or if you just
Don't worry about it.
run them radar, like, hey man, just so you know, you were doing 85 and a 65
Hey,
here.
I know you might have an emergency to go to, but you might want to slow it down.
I'm gonna let you off with a warning.
Oh, Double D gets it. He passes one of the radar speed limit signs every day, and the sign matches his Waze speed, which I trust over the Speedo.
Ooh.
To be fair,
That's a trustful man.
in ways I've never looked. You can't like recal it or
Ghost
anything,
Images
right?
Big
It just is what
Show.
it is.
Matt would. I had to use GPS to do speed, and my speed only went to 120.
So that means,
That's a man.
that means he was
Riding in
exceeding
your
it.
ride,
That's- yeah. That's a man of my own heart.
That's a man of your own heart, dude. That's a man of principle.
How's your headphones? Your headphones okay?
Headphones are good.
Okay.
Mike, can y'all hear me well?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Perfect.
We get a live FCP complaint. Thanks,
A month
Tyler, for
out.
bringing the
It's
energy.
not a complaint. Here's what happens. You're buying genuine. What generation M3? I want to know.
E36.
Oh,
Yeah.
So yeah, that's why.
Yeah.
Come on, dude, it's coming from Germany. Don't you think we got that like it just hanging out?
Yeah, they teleport that shit.
I'm sorry.
Well, let's see. At a month out. I mean, honestly, month not bad.
Not as bad as I would expect.
Month not
Hey,
bad.
pay for the expedited
they-
shipping.
The car came out in like 1994.
Yeah, it's seriously. Like, think about what you're asking for.
30 years.
Yeah, a
ago.
month
Yeah.
out. I mean, if I get a month out, I'd be like,
Nah, that's
a
outrageous.
month?
Try to buy any piece of tech that's 10 years old,
Yeah.
yet alone, 30.
You want to get the sads, buy an E30 M3, try to buy a bumper.
Yeah.
Shit ain't gonna happen.
We just got, I was proud moment for me. We had got some genuine E36 and E46 M3 floor mats that say
Oh, wow.
Wow, no text message or nothing, huh? That ain't right.
and I got it set for my car.
Yeah. Got the last set.
On the back it said November 2021. I'm like, they just started reproducing.
Oh, they
Wow.
repopped
Wow.
them? I love that.
Repops.
I think they make a lot of money off that stuff.
Absolutely.
KH Baller.
Let's see what else stuff. I check Insta Save. Let's see. What we
Oh,
got.
Josh G is a homie. Josh in customer service. He's also a Volvo crazy man, but he's also a homie.
Volvo people.
We
are
got
wild.
we got a Volvo crazy man
Yeah,
amongst our
Volvo
ranks as
people.
well.
Matter of fact, yeah. You might. I don't know if you met him. I know he went to the Lime Rock event for Volvo
yeah, I
Day.
did meet him with the 240 with the LS in it.
Yeah.
Rob Jones. Yeah.
Yo. That car.
Yeah.
was
Warren.
something serious.
Yeah, Warren's
Yeah.
an animal.
Yeah.
That car was.
That's
something
one of like his 9 Volvos.
Yeah.
Wild. I was afraid for him just driving it down the pit lane.
Yeah,
So,
he
like,
should
it
be
looked like it was
afraid.
gonna take off. That car was crazy.
Yeah.
He just 4-linked the back of it. I mean, the thing's just out of control.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love to see it.
Yep. That's his last name.
Holy
Something like
smokes. That's the last name.
Just take a photo of that and
Holy
show him tomorrow.
I like the little.
Hey, man, how many syllables in your last name? 25?
Shit.
Let's see what else we got.
Tyler Page, you're gonna be okay, buddy. Don't worry.
Yeah. You're fine. Good things come to those who wait.
Yeah. What happened to the old one?
Just ask Shook.
Yeah, I think anything shipped over. I mean, I've gotten used parts that like someone had in their possession, and it took that long to ship out.
Your parts don't make sense. This man, he ordered those seats in the Honda out there.
Oh yeah.
Orders those from Thailand.
Yeah, dude. Thailand's got the fastest shipping in the world.
They show up
2 days.
What?
48 hours
There's
later.
no freaking way.
Yeah, it's crazy.
No,
You
every
can barely get on a
company,
flight back here that
everywhere in
fast.
Asia but Japan gets here in like 2 days. Japan can't get it together, dude. I don't know
It
why.
didn't make sense. Like
Because of the Fast and the Furious joke.
it was so ridiculous. He's like, I gotta have somebody go by the house and check because this doesn't seem real. Like it was as if somebody just shipped a fake box and like took his money. But nope, seats were there.
Dude, my mini TEs, I bought them off Yahoo Auctions Japan. They shipped it, and I had to pay an outrageous amount of money for shipping, but it got there the next day. And I was like, this is out of control. So that's true. That part of Japan can do it. Anytime I try to buy something from a company out there, like, I don't know, man.
All right, so
15 weeks.
they shipped on the 7th, and then they were delivered on the morning of the 11th. So
okay.
you think so Sunday? I don't know how that works out, but so like 3 like real business days
It showed up.
coming from.
You can literally barely get, if you have a layover
Right.
on a flight back from there, you're getting back home same time.
Yeah.
Also, like the shipping cost was $100
Yeah.
2 seats.
for 2 like Recaro SR4s.
That came over on a boat.
That like
The fastest boat
that
on
box out there is
It
what
was
they
just-
came
They
in.
put it on a speedboat.
Earth. Put on a speedboat and just
From
hammered
the
it in.
90s when it was like
Yeah.
freaking cigarette boats.
Well, yeah, one of those Miami cocaine cowboys. boats,
Yeah,
you
there's
know,
just a bunch of dudes puffing Marlboros
Yeah,
and just full
throttle
throttle the
max.
whole way.
I was so confident they take so long that I ordered them and they went on vacation.
No, I've seen those little long propeller boats they got out there.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
the turbo
What those-
diesel
that's
ones.
how they got it
like,
here.
They got like LSs on some.
Yeah.
Yeah,
boats.
dude.
Yeah.
They get the turbo K swaps
Turbo,
on them.
yeah,
JZs?
turbo ones. Yeah.
It's that
Wild.
long prop shaft.
You know, I'm
Everybody
just waiting
knows.
for an S54 turbo boat.
Yeah, let's get it going. Might have to move out there. Start the league. Get some German superboats. Rick V Dub, what's going on, man?
I think we're ready to go, right?
I think so as well.
Yeah.
I think we get everything. Jade, any last minute questions?
No, I think I'm good.
Okay, yeah. You've been here before. We're just hanging out.
Just hanging out.
Let me make sure I get that. Get that. He's got the numbers. Yeah, I think we're good. All right, let's roll. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Josh Garcia, and this is the Revival Motoring Podcast. As always, I'm joined by Chuck Who
Hello.
and Corey.si.
Hello.
Shook is not here today. He could not make it with us. However, we have our good friend, Mr. Jade from FCP.
Good evening.
I have to say, you are one of my, and I was going to write something, but I'm like, no, I'm going to do this off the cuff. You got to be one of my favorite people.
From the heart.
Because, truly, because, again, I think I said this last time we were on too, but the sheer enjoyment you have for that car and just the automotive world, it's just always positive, always a smile on your face, and always a pleasure to see.
Thank you.
Truly, truly.
Man.
Wow.
Yeah. And I didn't even mention, Daddy of the Month. I didn't even do that.
I wouldn't even say Daddy of the Month.
Someone already did. I don't even know how the person knows.
That was like one of the first 5 comments. In the
Hilarious.
Someday I'll get appreciated
Just
like
shows
that.
how unforgettable you are.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Josh.
Yeah, no
I'm
problem,
I
man.
love coming here.
It's Daddy of the
It's awesome.
Decade. Daddy of the Decade now.
Yeah.
I don't care what anybody says.
That was in like 2017.
Yeah, dude, it's Daddy of the Decade. Let's keep it going.
Still going, right. Got a few more years to, claim that title.
Yeah, exactly. Hold that.
You can't be letting that go. But no, he is here to hang out, talk what's going on with his world, FCP Euro, and just, his, again, truly general enjoyment of the automotive world. So he's going to hang out with us. Before we get rolling, this week's episode is brought to you by everybody out there who is a B4B sub. We truly appreciate you and love the support that you give us. If you want to, check out our website, revivalmotoring.com. There you can find a line of coffee that we are currently selling. The Jumpstart, Clutch Kick.
Some of that coffee.
I was actually planning on giving you a 6-pack. Yeah. I was going to give you something to take
Here we
to the
go.
boys. Share it with the boys. You can go to our website. We have light, medium, and dark roast. That is Jumpstart, Clutch Kick, and Midnight, and ground and whole bean versions, as well as the Cold Start coffee, which, if you are listening to this and you're going to the Loxley Drift Comp on Friday, we will have Cold Start cans, ice cold, for your consumption there.
Are we doing
at
a
our
booth?
We are doing a booth.
Wow.
That's some breaking news right there.
Yeah,
That is
yeah.
breaking
I
news.
wasn't planning on it, and then Shabby texted me. I'm like, you know what?
Did he force you into it? Did he back you
great.
into it?
No,
Like
he really
with me DJing?
No, no, you're DJ?
I'm DJing. I think I'm DJing Staggered.
Oh, okay.
That's a real back into.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. We'll
I
have
don't
a
even know
booth
how he
there,
did
too.
it.
Well, I think
Yeah, I think our booth's free now because I'm
I was gonna
DJing,
say, I'm
which
pretty
is terrible.
I'm pretty sure he somehow roped
I was
us
like,
off
I don't want that. Make
Yeah.
Josh pay. Let me enter the K race for free, which I think he's got it. So that's good.
Yeah, so we will be at the Lock City Comp this Friday, which is coming up, vending. I believe my eldest is going to be there to give me a hand and sling some merch, sling some coffee, all that good stuff. So, again, check out our website, and we'll talk more about the B4B stuff later as well.
Sure will.
Let me hit this button.
If you'd like to leave a callback number, press 2.
Callbacks from last week.
Go ahead. I saw you go for it.
I mailed all the stickers. So last week I made some stickers.
Yep.
They said Free House Bula on them because my boy got locked up. So free Hasbulla with the Revival logo on them.
Is he out?
100% can't sell them, but I could give them away. So anyone that was in the chat last week that wanted them to DM me, I sent them a handful. Everyone got like 5 or 6 of them, so I just mailed them out all today. But it's further to prove a point that
I think they worked.
What do you mean?
I think Hasbulla's out.
Yeah,
He is out. He got out right away.
Yeah.
He got out right away.
Let's cut from the stickers, dude.
It's because of the stickers. But Shook, I don't know, God, over a year ago now at this point, mentioned something on the show, and he said he'd send everyone stickers, and then no one ever got their stickers. So I made sure I followed through. Everyone's going to get their stickers.
That's why he's not here today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He knew
To
better.
be fair, if anybody hasn't gotten their stickers, I figure this is a good way to segue and introduce. If anybody has not gotten their stickers, or they have any other complaints in general, you can hit up Shook, SHOOK, at revivalmotoring.com. That is his brand new email. Just talk to Shook.
It's going to get flooded.
I thought you were taking that away for him not showing up today. But now I don't think you should.
Yeah, I think we would just run with it.
But yeah, send those out. So you guys see those. I mean, everyone, with the exception of a few people, were outside of New England. So you should see them probably within a day or two.
Big shouts, big shouts. Look at that. You can get it done. What's up, TCS in the chat? Got to see him earlier.
What else we got going on for callbacks? Josh, you got anything over there?
No, you know what? I don't think I do.
Well, good thing
It's
I brought
been
some.
quite a interesting week.
First up, I got to verify one of my callbacks.
You got to verify them?
Yeah, dude, Jalopnik
Yep.
changed that color to green.
They
Why?
I don't know.
It's always been orange, right?
Listen, I'm a big green fan, but I just can't get over it.
I think they just classed up the joint.
You think they class it up? You know what I think?
Orange is like a little wild.
Orange
Green.
is definitely wild.
That's like a
Jalopnik used to
forest
be
green.
wild.
That's like
It's
a-
not really
No,
wild anymore.
I think
Now
green is them turning their back on the automotive industry, trying to get green, trying to.
They
you
know
think-
what's hip.
Yeah, it's trying to get electric cars, trying
It's
to.
like what's the other? There's another site like Jalopnik, but only covers EV news. I'm trying to think what the.
Oh yeah, but
it's
Jalopnik
EV
owns it.
something. I forgot what the name of it is.
Do they really?
Tesla Rotty?
Yeah.
No, it's not Tesla Rotty. It's
No, it's Tesla EV. It's something like that. But
I often reference it.
yeah, there is one. Wow, the Onion, they own the Onion
Inside
now?
EVs.
Yes.
No way.
wow, look at this. P Coots in the chat says free injector service if we hit $100 in the chat. Who does the injector service go to? Do we get to do a
It
drawing?
goes to one of us. Double whammy.
Inside EVs?
That's a double bonus.
Maybe,
Yeah, might be.
maybe, but oh yeah, maybe it'll go to someone in the chat.
Who's Evie?
Jesus.
Do not come.
Yeah.
Oh,
We got
God.
$9.99 for Tyler Payne.
Rocks.
Wow.
Big shouts, TP.
Unbelievable. So, nonetheless, I don't know. The green's freaking me up, but you're right. You made a point.
You know,
Maybe
they
the class in the
classed it
place
up
up.
a little
I know. To be fair, I seen this 2 or 3 days ago when they did tweet about it. But
Did
again,
they
that's-
tweet about going green?
They did, but it's again 2 to 3
think-
days ago. So I'm just there's so many I can't even.
It's a
find.
green revolution.
I could have swore there was like they acknowledged it at the very least.
Do any of you guys follow Green Over Tan on Instagram?
No.
Oh,
I follow Make Green Great Again.
I love that.
Yeah, that's a good one.
There's a follow up to that, which is also Make Purple Great Again.
I've been on Make Purple Great again.
Have you really?
Yeah. It was a big day for me.
excuse me.
Oh, wow,
It was a
must
big
be
day
nice.
for me.
A celebrity over there. Yeah. Sitting amongst the ranks.
That was it's pretty lofty up there.
How do we
Jeez.
address you?
Green
Sir-
over
Sir
tan, though.
Shook?
Sir, I
Are you
believe.
United now? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Sir Chuck.
Those are quality Instagram accounts.
Absolutely.
It's like the content I'm here for, you know? But yeah, Green over Tan's definitely
Right.
a
If
good
I'm
one.
going to waste my day,
Yeah.
it's going to be on that sort of stuff.
100%.
I wish I could find it.
Is
they
green
did
over
address
tan?
it,
Green
but-
cars with tan leather?
Correct.
Yeah. But like, you
That's
would
a lot
think,
for me.
you'd
I
think
like
it'd
that.
get old pretty quick.
No.
But you're just scrolling and you're like,
No,
oh,
I'm-
there's so many greens and there's so
I'm
many
such
tans.
a, I'm such a sucker for green and tan.
And there's
Yeah.
so many good interiors.
I
in
mean,
that.
initially it's British Racing Green in like a butterscotch. Like
Yeah.
that's any car that color. Any car. I should have painted my GTR that color.
Oh, you had, but you remember the E34 you had?
Yeah, E34 is that color. Tim Connors in with $20. Shook is eating a sausage backwards at home. Oh my God! A ransom garage $20. 20 for short stories long tonight. All right, there we
Long
go.
story short.
Shook eats candle. Oh, I can't read that one because I didn't pay. Shook eats corn the long way. Wow, I mean the amount of abuse this dude gets.
Poor Shook. Poor Shook.
What else do I got
You
here?
can
Oh,
email him all your complaints at shook@revivalmotoring.com. by the
So
way.
we always talk about Gambala on here, and just everything's atrocious.
Beautiful stuff.
Right? Well, unfortunately, we don't have a way to pull anything up Here,
no, I
let's
said
go to
no,
Rush
no.
Cam.
I
Josh
can.
fixed
You,
it.
you tell me what to pull up. It'll take a minute, but I
All
can.
right,
do it.
change. Shoot it right down the middle.
Shoot it right down the middle. So
Oh wait, no, that I can't.
Okay.
there was a Gambala car that was sent to me that brought to my attention, and I had the name of it. It's a Gambala Extremo Roof Speedster.
Mm-hmm.
In 1996, the Folda Tire Company commissioned this. This is the best Gambala I've ever seen in my life. It's like, it's beautiful. Every time you look at it, you're like, I
Is
see
this
a little
it?
bit of S.
This is it. Oh wow.
I see a little S2000. I see a little. We're gonna do the switch
Glad
over.
you
in a
guys are
second.
all looking
Yeah.
at it. You know,
Hold on. I just
Sit
want
on
to
this
make
side of
sure.
the lonely side of the
Just want to
table.
make
Well,
sure.
we get the drum roll going. It's anticipation.
Hold on. Might need to change batteries here.
Or my drums.
I think we'll be all right.
There we go. That's what we need, and then we need this.
I'm in.
Whoa.
Oh yeah. Hard. Yeah. The hard version, the hard top version of it is.
The hard version.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, yo.
Yo, there we go.
Honestly,
Listen,
I'm not mad.
I fuck with this big time.
I am not mad.
Best Gambala, I'll give it that. Otherwise,
It's only because it's based on a 993.
No, but like,
Yeah,
so
but
you have to look at.
Which is, to me, the best generation.
just take the normal 993 though.
You're right.
It's way better looking.
And I would
If we're looking in just the scope of Gambala,
Yes.
not great right there.
Give it,
Not great.
Josh,
Gambala in a vacuum.
give me that one.
Yeah, you look at Gambala in a vacuum. This is a victory for them. Big
Oh.
W.
Oh boy.
Yeah, because it has to be the hard top
Does
for
it say
sure.
extractor on the side?
That is hot.
Extremo.
That's like-
I'm not even
Extremo.
going to front.
That's like the S2000 spoon top style. Like, look at that.
I mean, because it's got the phallic look that we all love and enjoy.
Correct.
It's got. I don't know what that.
On cars primarily.
Yes, the car. The
Cars primarily.
car.
I forget what that style hood is all about. Like, like kind of the. I don't know what they're extracting. Because there's nothing up there. It's cargo space. It's or it was.
Well, no, they took away
The headlights
cargo
do
space.
look like vet headlights.
Yep.
Thanks, KH Bala.
Isn't
Get
there-
a bunch.
Isn't there a Ferrari that looks like that too, though? I can't remember.
Look at the
what
roof.
one.
Like the roof is just a straight piece of metal.
It's just this banana.
Chuck
That
that baby
roof
on there.
looks like it weighs 300 pounds.
Yeah.
That roof looks like it could be an early model
Ooh, Josh,
smartphone.
bottom right.
Bottom right, this one?
No, far
Oh.
right.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Wow,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
amazing how much better you are than Shook at clicking things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
but anyway,
my mouse is working at the very least.
not to run away with this for too long, but
Yeah, no,
this came
it's-
across
So it's
and
a
I was like,
993 Gambala Extremo bi-turbo.
I apparently.
You want me to
Yeah.
read the chassis number? WP0ZZ99ZV S381243. That's the one we're looking
Oh,
at.
wait, this. So
if you're in your car, Google that.
Bonhams is a. It's a.
Bonhams?
Bonhams is a.
Bonhams.
What do you call it? Yeah. It's
Nah, Bonhams.
Bonhams. I'm just.
380,000.
We are in America.
That's what I wanted to see.
Bonhams.
I
Yeah.
believe it is Bonhams.
Bonhams. I was curious to see what it. Ooh, the second of only two built.
It sold for $379,000.
Originally commissioned by Sheikh Abdul Mahsin of Saudi Arabia.
Color me shocked.
Only two owners from new.
Who's got money like that, dude? That guy's got money like that.
Dude, the article I read said it was commissioned by a tire company, not that.
Well, that was the other one.
Oh, maybe.
Two
The
owners.
second of only two built. So yeah, this could be the.
It's a tire company and just like a middle class dude in Saudi Arabia. He's only pulling like $20 million a year.
Oh, it's unbelievable.
Dude,
Yeah.
that's sick.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yes, in a vacuum of Gambala
I'm
only.
definitely not in,
Yeah.
but I mean, it's not bad.
Oh, you know I'm a sucker for color match stuff. I'm 100% in.
Here's the thing. I would drive that for like a year, and I'll be like, yo, this is baller. And
Yeah.
I'll sell it for $500,000
Yeah.
and just go get all the actual shit I want to do.
The cars
yeah.
I really want.
Did we miss a donation or is that no?
No,
That was Tim
I wouldn't
Connors.
Just
dare.
want to make sure.
Ransom's in
wanna
there as
leave
well for
anybody
20,
out.
obviously. We're getting close to our goal here. Love to see that. Well, boys, I got a call back.
Yep.
The last one I talked about how I bought a Race Miata with the boys.
That's true. Group car.
Group car, NB. Best one they make. We talked about how Shook fell in love with it doing donuts in the parking lot. We had Jordan on who said it was the greatest example MB he's ever seen. So I decided I'd drive it home. Obviously, the car's totally legit. And I don't think the car's ever seen anything other than a track. So the seat, I put the seat on the Kirky, the padding on it, actually doesn't suck. Thing looks mint with just a little scrubbing. Oil was changed at the house. But I'll tell you what, that car's never seen the road. I mean, you'd hit an ant and it would crash. I mean, it was the harshest ride I've ever had in my life. I talked to Seamus about why it's so bad. I guess this old cut Miata suspension or spec Miata.
I was gonna say you did learn some things about
where everything was topped out, so it just rides around on the bump stops.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really, really tough on the road. It handles turns in great and everything, but man, I mean, you'd hit like little stuff and it was just horrific. So we're getting suspension. So whoever's got hookups on BC, I think Seamus is hooking it up, but nonetheless,
Yep.
you know, I like to have a couple bidders in there.
I'd say we could help you out, but it is Miata, so
Yeah.
So
There's not much you can do
you
there,
might have to
right?
call somebody else.
yeah, I wish it was
haven't
green
gone-
over tan. You know, it'd be
Haven't
something
gone
different.
FCP JDM just yet.
I
We
did
used
like
to have FCP import.
Yeah.
Driver's
That's how
headlights
it
mint,
started,
though.
right?
That's
Yeah.
how. Yeah, that was one of the OGs.
Yeah. I'm still waiting for FCP domestic.
Did you
well,
guys
you
do
better
something
keep
like that for April Fools?
Hurry up and wait.
I was gonna say I'm pretty sure they did something like
for
that.
April Fools, we did DCP. Your import? I don't even know what I didn't make it.
I did get a kick out of it, though.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was DCP America.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
did get a kick out of it.
Domestic car parts.
Lots of
Yeah.
flying eagles. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was, yes, it is a very because race car car. There's like transmitters for lap times on it. We did clean it up. We just vacuumed out some of the rat poop, and it smells a lot better now.
I'm sure the seat helped.
Clean the inside up. Yeah, I mean, it's, as I said, it drives around good until you hit any type of anything in the road, and
Any
it's horrific.
undulation at all.
Yeah, it just smashes. It's like, it's one of those things, like, I know some of the bumps on the way home, and like, I'm trying to lift my ass out of the seat, but it's got 5 points on it. And I'm like, oh no, here she
hurt.
comes.
It's gonna hurt me more than it hurts the car.
But yeah, it's back at the house. The tires are whatever they called, our compound competition only tires.
How old?
10 years. So that's not helping.
Plastic.
That's not helping. Yeah,
Did
those
you
are
warm
plastic.
them up before you hit the road?
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course, bud. We all warmed them up. But it's really something. Really, probably one of the worst rides I've had in a while.
And it was only what, 20 minutes?
It was 20 minutes. Yeah. Yeah, not the best. I mean, I'm still gonna get it back here, so
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe
gonna-
someone
might
else
as
who
well-
chipped it on the car can come bring it on back.
I don't think any of those guys are interested until I get that thing totally worked out. Then
All
they're
right,
gonna start
Trailer,
driving.
trailer
Yeah.
So
behind
this
the X5,
became-
good to
I can
go.
trailer it.
This became your problem.
Yeah, you know, I had it in my garage and I thought it was cool because I had to do some stuff to it, and then it's in my garage and I'm like, what? Now I just have a Miata without glass stuck in my garage. I can't park it outside.
Yeah.
So yeah, I got to bring it back here so it's in my other garage. See,
Did you-
Seamus got me.
Your kidneys feel like you were in a battle with Mike Tyson?
Yeah, exactly, dude.
just-
yeah, Seamus says he's got 1 billion takeoff tires that'll fit on it, so
Oh, there
That's
you go.
great.
they're obviously way better than whatever's on there.
Probably not 10 years old.
No, definitely not 10 years
We'll
old.
just slide you some Michelins from the TCRs. Call
Yeah,
it a
yeah,
day.
they'll pop them right on. They're
Yeah.
are they 205, 50, 15?
Something like that. They got
Yeah, they're
numbers.
around there.
They
There's,
got numbers.
there's numbers in there.
I don't even know.
About
If the,
100 over, but it'll be fine.
I don't know if the Miata could spin those things. No.
Slightly different diameter.
Yeah.
That Miata strong.
Yeah.
You guys
Yeah.
saw it in the
Strong.
line. That thing's
Yeah.
strong. It's spinning anything.
Mazda strong.
Mazda's strong. Yeah.
Miata's strong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
That's the next sticker.
Yeah.
Miata's strong.
Miata's truck.
I might take it drifting just to beat you guys to drifting.
You
By
might.
You guys, I mean Shook and Josh.
At this point,
Because I could literally just take it on the 10-year-old cup tires and be fine.
Yeah. I mean, I don't even know. TCS in the chat. He knows.
Yeah.
He knows.
Josh has got some woes. We'll get
Yeah,
to it.
and
We'll get to the woes. We'll get
shortly.
to the woes. But I might have to take it drifting next time. And speaking of drifting, just to put it out there, Lock City Drift this Friday competition.
Friday. Yep.
What's it? Street Series?
Street Series
Yeah.
round 1.
Street Series round 1.
May
Yeah.
19th.
I believe.
Who's your money on?
I don't know who's in the comp
money's on Shabby.
entirely. Is he in it? Is he driving
No,
it?
he's
No.
not in it.
I was,
My
yeah.
money's on Jordan.
I don't even know if Jordan's driving in it.
Doesn't matter.
Money's still on him.
Money's still on Jordan.
Is that the push-up
I
competition?
Yeah, the shirtless push-ups. He'll be out there doing it.
believe doors open at 12:30. People can get there. You know, if you are a spectator and you're interested in drifting at all, this is definitely a cool one to see because it's not one that happens all the time. This is round 1 of 4 for the rest of the year, I believe. So this is the one that kicks it all off.
What time does comp start?
3.
So I believe practice will start at like 3:30. Then they go to qualifying. Then they go to comp after that.
Sweet.
Oh, practice starts at 3? I thought practice
I'm
started at
pretty sure.
noon.
No, I think gates open at noon, and then get everybody in, do the tech and all that sort of
I
stuff.
got some stuff in my car you got to bring to this thing.
for Friday. Okay.
Yeah, but you're going to get there before me.
Yeah. I'm aiming to get there before it gets wild.
I'm
put
going
it
over.
that way.
I'm going over the fence this year, so
What do you mean?
I'm not going through the gate. I'm going over, baby.
Oh, you're just
Lines are too long.
popping it over.
Nah, of course I'm going to the gate. I'm on the list. I saw a picture of the list.
I did see the list too. Yeah,
Seen
we
a
are
picture
on
of the
it,
list.
so
Unbelievable.
that does help.
Thanks,
That does
Josh.
help. It's just been LCD and Thompson have just been overwhelmed with people, which is
Yeah.
great for them.
They've been running on all four.
It's just when you get to the gate, if you're not there
Oh, maybe I'll take the Miata there.
before, you're just gonna be waiting a little bit.
Miata boys. Maybe they'll let me get in.
That sounds terrible.
That
30
sounds like the
that-
worst.
33rd employee.
How
33rd
far?
ricer.
How far is Thompson from?
35 minutes.
Oh,
In that
so,
Miata, maybe 40.
so the 20-minute ride that was brutal,
That's 35 minutes in a K car.
and after you battled and broken, wasn't enough.
Yeah.
35 minutes in the K car, probably about 40, 45 in the Miata.
I'm
Yeah.
thinking. So yeah, that's coming up this Friday. Very excited about
Oh,
that.
and if we're doing events,
We are.
Sunday,
Sunday.
this Sunday at, dare I say, somewhat our facility, just towards the back.
Yeah.
So if you're familiar with Revival HQ and where that is, towards the back is Luft House, and they're having an open house this Sunday. Ah, shit, what's the time? I didn't look up the time.
10 a.m.
10 a.m.
10 a.m.
No, I'm serious. Yeah, yeah,
Okay,
It's 10 a.m.
They're having an open house, air cooled stuff. They're gonna have some stuff for the kiddos to do. Might be giving away a prize or two, but great thing that Blake and Jake are putting together over there. They're finally ready to kind of show it to the general public and invite some people on over. So if you're around on Sunday, it's something you can do for a couple hours.
Yeah, a bunch of us
10
will be
a.m.
here.
Perfect. Yeah.
What's
Yeah.
going on Saturday then?
Sunday, May 21st.
Nothing on
Saturday's a free day
on
for all you
Saturday.
guys.
Saturday's yard
let's see,
work.
the 20. That'd
Yeah,
be the 20th, right? Yeah. I
Plants?
guess.
How are your plants doing over there?
There's a big E46 M3 meet
Is
Where?
it really?
in Jersey.
Okay.
Ooh.
Oh,
A little
boy.
far for y'all.
Are you making it down?
It's right across the Tappan Zee, honestly. It's not that far. actually.
You
No,
going?
that's actually not bad.
Yeah, well, it's going to be raining. So I'm on the fence, even though my car's seen like
E46s?
snow and salt and all that.
It's
at the
all.
moment.
It's an
So,
all
like,
E46 meet.
It's only E46 M3s. It's called 46M East. Last year we had almost 200 E46 M3s.
Jeez.
Wow.
Okay.
And then next day is caffeine and carburetors. Down
Oh yeah, yeah. I
Yeah.
was on that list for a while.
Gonna bring out the 850 project.
Oh
Shout
yeah.
out to that. Yeah, if y'all need something to watch on YouTube.
Let them know.
850 project. It sounds
Yo,
something else.
850 project, and then also Golden Era.
Sounds like
Yeah.
money being
We
spent.
out rolling on the streets.
Yeah, we got questions
Sick.
about that later because I was telling these boys about the two cars you guys got going on right now.
Yeah.
Why? I
There's
think
there's a couple more in the woodwork, but the two that are done.
out right now.
yeah, that
I've
are
always
out.
been one make and model meets always freak me out. Like there's an E30 and 3 one in New York every year. I'm like,
Yep, Sigfest.
yeah, how many do I need to see?
Well-
I got one. They all look like mine.
One year, let me tell you how good this meat is.
Yeah.
1 year, Fetty Wap showed up.
Oh my god.
That's how you know.
So
Jesus.
is he an E46 M3 guy?
I guess. He showed up in the E90 M3.
Obviously, he
That
didn't
ain't
understand the
right.
rules.
Didn't, yeah.
All right.
We
They parked him in the visitor lot.
Spectator.
Yeah.
He was,
But yeah.
but he had the appreciation. It was cool.
Yeah.
That is really
See
cool.
half of him.
That is really cool.
Yeah, Sigfest every year. I'm like, I'm not going there. I see him all. I see the car all the time. I just walk in my garage. Go ahead.
I went
Done.
to a mini one year. Wasn't for me.
Mini Cooper.
Yeah, wasn't for me.
A lot of guys.
It's an odd bunch.
Like a lot of different guys there.
It's an odd bunch. You know,
When we did the revival, when we did the absolutely insane cruise up to Mount Washington.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah, yeah.
what a day.
That was a
there
wonderful
was
day.
we ran up on a mini meet.
We
Yeah,
did.
we
Yes,
did.
we
Huge
did.
mini meat.
Actually.
Insane.
Yeah.
It was like 150 plus
Yeah,
going
it was
up
crazy.
Mount Washington.
Yeah.
And we had that's the thing. We were like, well, we'll wait a few minutes down
Yeah, we gotta
here
wait
to
for
let
these
the
guys.
minis clear.
That was one of my favorite days ever.
That
It
was
was during like the
literally
darkest time of everybody's life.
I
and it
will
was
never forget that.
Dude,
day.
such a good meet.
Absolutely insane.
You guys
day.
had 2 hours both directions more than we did.
correct.
I
Yeah.
remember getting like sleeping in the passenger seat of the Supra because I was so tired.
And we were just like, it's whatever.
Yeah.
Driving like
Just hammered
absolute
it.
maniacs.
It was that really was a fun time. Given and just like Chuck said, given the scenario of the world at
Yeah.
at that time,
It was one of the most dreadful times ever. And but you're just like, let's get people to actually be happy for
Yeah,
that
yeah.
day.
Hey, and we can be outside and nobody's gonna get pissed. And
Yeah.
other than the
Other than
police officer
everybody
that
we
Corey
pissed
spoke
off.
to.
all the people we pissed off. And Corey's guy.
It all worked out.
Yeah,
At
worked
the
out
end of
great.
the day, it worked out.
Yeah.
It was perfect.
But yeah, it was a beautiful time.
Let's see. I don't have anything else for callbacks.
I went to the Cape this weekend, see my mother,
Yeah.
and the freaking rock hit my windshield and broke the glass on my X5.
It didn't just break it.
It really broke it, and I'm so butthurt and sad.
Now didn't it have like a little nick in it before?
It did, and it was fixed.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, that got fixed.
I didn't know
This
that.
is a new rock.
Oh.
which would miraculously hit in the same quadrant.
Yeah, more than the same quadrant. It hit like 2 inches from where the other one hit.
Yeah,
And this is like $2 bills long. This is done. So, I called the only guy I know that can do it. The only good glass place I know around here is this place, Pete's in Fall River. They're supposed to be the best glass people. So I called them and I was like, they're like, you do insurance or cash? And I was like, you know what? Give me the price for both because I literally switched insurance companies 2 days ago. And the cash price to fix that windshield is $2,300.
I was going to say, why would you even inquire?
I just needed to know. I needed the listeners to know.
did he?
So I went with insurance, so I'm probably gonna get dropped immediately.
Wow.
Did you
$2,300.
do a 6-month or a 12-month policy?
12. So they're in trouble.
At least you got a year. At least you got a year of they can't mess with you.
Yeah. No, they probably can somehow, but yeah. So that's getting done.
Expect
hopefully
around
next week.
mid-May 2024, you're gonna have to be hunting for a new insurance company.
Due to circumstances.
Apparently, I get the glass in 3 days. They don't make an aftermarket glass.
And this is
Of
so
course
Rhode
not.
Island
There's
doesn't
no
cover.
way you can make an aftermarket glass for it.
Right, that
Too much shit.
windshield just too many things.
Dude,
Yeah.
the lady was like, "This is what's gonna happen." The lady at Pete's is awesome. She's
Yeah.
like, "They're gonna fax me that I can do with aftermarket glass. I'm gonna have to argue with them. There's no such thing as aftermarket glass. I'll get back to you in a day." So she called me today. She's like, "Yes, coming in Monday. I'll call you. We'll figure it out."
That's honestly very reassuring
sick.
how on top of it
Yeah.
they are. Yeah, that's
Oh,
that's
she
like
knew
good
her
to
shit.
hear.
Yeah,
I'm
she's
pissed because when I first got my M3, like within 2 months of me having the car, the glass, I was behind an E39 M5 doing a speed that I'm not going to mention.
Yeah, of course.
And it had some very sticky tires and shot a rocket my car.
Yeah.
And I got aftermarket glass, and now it was 2 years. It's pitted and gross, and it sucks. And so I'm trying to finesse Geico, be like, yo, y'all want to replace this glass again or what?
Yeah.
But,
What's happening?
let me get some OEM goodness, maybe,
Yeah.
because this ain't it.
Yeah, you just gotta fight for OEM, I guess. I mean, luckily there's not, because they would definitely wouldn't have done OEM if there was an option on my car for sure.
So-
Ransom Garage, I just have to mention, I don't quite agree.
Oh, agree with E30 M3
E30
over
M3 over
E46 M3?
If the E30 M3 has an S54 swap, then I'm with it.
Ooh. I mean, you're not right, but that's okay. It's totally okay.
I know that it's not. I
There
mean,
were a couple S54 swap ones back in the day.
Josh, big E46 M3 guy.
Yeah, I still would love one.
I like E46 M3s. Chuck's not a big E46 M3 guy. I like the way they look.
Chuck,
They're
have you
timeless.
driven one?
Yeah. Oh, I've driven them extensively.
one that's-
I'm not a big E46 guy generally. My brother had one and I just hated it. I don't know why.
'cause you
It's just
hate
like
your
left
brother?
in. No, I love my brother.
Okay.
It's great.
But I've never been a big E46 M3 guy. I don't know why.
E46s in general,
I'm getting to like the styling more as it gets older.
I find
What
it
was
to be
there
timeless.
not to like? It look.
I just
Maybe
like,
I'm biased.
I think the interior for me has always been like whatever, you know. Not like the E30
I
has
was
a
gonna say
great
the-
interior, but the E30 is like
Compared to-
E30 is like actually like feels old, like as an old interior. The E46 is just like it's like when I was getting my license and stuff, and I don't know.
Oh, hold on.
Look at GCX in the chat.
DCS woke up and chose violence.
But
I know he fucking hates him.
I feel like if I wasn't here, he wouldn't say that.
by
No,
the
no,
way,
he would say that.
no,
He
he
would say
would. By the way, he currently has 3 E90 M3s for sale.
I've driven the hell out of E90 M3s, and I don't know, maybe it's too modern for me. I'm starting to like them more as time moves on, and they're
You
getting
wanna drive
more,
another one
they're
tonight?
getting more expensive, so to not get one. No, I don't need to drive. I've driven them so many times. I think they're cool cars.
I just the look of them has always been like this is like the perfect styling.
Literally, I can't think of a single point on the exterior of the car I would change.
What about interior?
I would just make the seats lower.
Lower?
Like, lower. That's it.
Right, because seating position in general. Right.
So that means
right.
I would just get some different seats.
Yeah, yeah.
Altogether.
Different
You can't like
rails or
mod
whatever.
those like seat brackets or anything like
You can
that.
I can get the manual seat brackets. I have powered seats, but I kind of like the power.
The manual seat brackets are lower.
Yes.
The more you know.
Let me.
I'm such a, and E36 M3s are obviously shit in the States, and I like E36
I
M3s
love
a lot.
E36 M3.
But man, the Euro ones, like the Euro, that's a wild thing, right? Because in Europe, the E46 is like not that giant of an upgrade, and in the States, it's huge. This is way more
Yes.
horsepower. In Europe, it's like, well, we just had like 3+ in the E36, and it's light.
yes, it's great. But the crazy thing though is that the E46 is still way faster than a Euro E36.
Right.
which I don't get because they're not that far off horsepower wise, and the E36 weighs a lot less.
I think it's just the way the power comes on
I
it,
think
right?
so as well.
Let me bring something up
but
for
those-
you real
What is
quick.
your
Those
exhaust setup?
S50s,
I just have a rear section. It's a Rogue Engineering El Diablo Caliente.
El
same here,
Diablo.
buddy. I got an El Diablo. Love that
El
thing.
Diablo Caliente.
You got a
Oh,
Caliente?
The devil is spicy, my friend.
Oh, but I have a center pipe now.
Oh, here
So
we
let
go. Let's
me-
bring it back to
No,
this.
no, no. I want to bring this up for Jade because this is such a good
Oh my
follow.
Oh, yes. I already
that-
know. You know
okay,
that
I don't know. I wanted to make sure you did
everything
know.
that's related to these cars is media that I already consume.
Because this is
Yeah, click on that one.
this is Ben.
What's up with Shorty, though?
This is Ben. I haven't seen him in a very long time, but
You know this dude?
Yeah, because he toted me around London with a couple friends
No way.
while I was there, and he built this CSL
Literally.
E46
Some
M3.
AP racing brakes
And
over there?
there's one of the photos. I'm hoping it's on this.
Just so you know, there's a CSL that's been toured around Connecticut. It's just been driving around. It was at Classic Car Club the other day. It was at that place Hayfields I was telling y'all about.
Just going around.
Just driving this thing
Just
around.
flexing around Connecticut.
How you got this car here?
That's my man.
No problem. Just
I thought, okay, here we
There
go.
it is.
This is what, this is the level of tear down and rebuild.
so the crazy thing is, I first saw this almost exact video on Instagram like 2 years ago.
Yeah. He's been going at
I'm
this
like,
for such
how
a
long
long
has this car
time.
been apart?
Yeah. It's been a while that it's been apart.
This guy pops a couple
and it's-
control arms off and gets a bunch of likes. Come to my garage right now. Got parts all over the
And
fucking
this
place.
is,
problem.
I believe this is still for sale or currently for sale.
Yeah, he got a new inbox and
Yeah.
my guy.
It's just everything about this car is wild. And seeing it, like you said, over the past few years.
I gotta ask, what's the price point on this?
Oh, it was something crazy.
Yeah, it's
as you'd
gotta be.
expect. Oh, it matter for sale or opportunity to buy one.
I think it might be
Is it
close
even
to,
listed
might be
here?
close to like 200.
I remember Sloan was selling that wagon, and I inquired.
Is
Yeah.
there?
How'd you buy it?
Because I inquired, and he answered.
Yeah, we did
I
not
believe,
like the
I,
inquired
believe,
price.
I believe my answer was I could build 2 of them for that kind of money.
See, my issue with going
Brett's the
through
best.
this level of detail
yeah.
is that I wouldn't want to drive the car afterwards.
Yeah, I
Right,
see
right.
that.
It's just
It's
too.
now a museum
Yeah,
piece.
dude.
Yeah.
You just gotta let let
honestly,
them get beat up.
Like
I would-
BMW needs to buy this thing back.
Correct.
Yeah.
No, because
I
they have them sitting in their warehouse and never been driven.
I would do 30% of this level of restoration and then drive the absolute ever-loving shit.
Yeah, give
out
me a
of
nice
this
dry ice blast and I'm gonna have at it.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah. So even he says in his post here, this car is
3
like new
years.
condition, taking 3 years to complete. Doesn't
I'd like
list
to
a
track an
price, but-
E46 M3. I think that'd be fun.
Oh, well, I'll let you know when my next track day is.
I'm there.
That's it.
You going to Watkins Glen?
I think the next one might be NJMP with Grid Life. So that'll be very fun.
I got to pass a grid life. I'm there.
There you go.
That's it.
Wow. Anyways, that was a
Thanks for
little
sharing that.
E46 M3.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
just wanted to mention that.
It's just such a good, I like I said, been following that car for a while. I was
TCS
hoping
isn't
you
a big
already knew.
fan.
He's always E46 header every week. So.
Yeah. Hit that Miatas, hits us both.
What
Yeah.
happened? I just want to know what happened to TCS.
Yeah, what hurt him?
I just,
What hurt you?
He's going to tell you.
you want to get a coffee one day or something? We can talk about this.
Yeah.
Can work it out. We can
The
work
best
this
guy
out.
to talk to. Yeah.
He is the best guy to talk to. He's going to have an incredibly detailed
Yeah.
answer.
Last thing I have to call back is the seat rail showed up. So last week, I was telling you briefly earlier, I was messing around with those universal ones.
Ain't no way.
Just quit on them. Tim Connor sent me a link, ordered them right while I was sitting here. They showed up today, and I had the driver's seat in the car in like under 10 minutes.
That's how it
Meanwhile, I
goes,
had
buddy.
like 7 hours into fiddling with the passenger seat. So, yeah, it's one of those situations, buy once, cry once. Ransom Pete, he hit me up earlier because he sent me a picture of his Type R with the Recaro, like he's SR3 or SR4s in it and already, and I'm like, damn, that's a flex. Although it hurt me a little bit. So, but they're in there,
As a
so I'm
flex.
happy.
His Type R is a flex in general.
Yeah.
I would keep that baby exactly as she is. Pete.
him, them discovering Type R VTEC on the road. Lovely video.
Love that.
Lovely video.
I'm still keeping track of this because I swear to God, this happens to me all the time.
Oh my
I had
God.
I had to patch another tire the other day.
What is it with you and tires?
I have no idea, dude. I drove my M Coupe.
Do you work at a nail factory?
I drove my M Coupe one trip from my house to work and back, and I gotta nail my tire. So I'm keeping track. I swear to God, it's once a month I patch a tire. My tire's mostly patched at this point.
I just had the windows done in the house, and I knew the first day I got home, I was like, I'm gonna sweep the driveway
Yeah.
before I pulled in. I found one screw and didn't find anything else, but I was fully expecting to end up with a screw in someone's tire somewhere.
Every
I
day
didn't
at FCP Euro, the homie Ernie goes through the lot. Now we have 2 of these little big magnets
Yeah.
on wheels.
Oh, I like
Goes
that.
through the entirety of the lot with these magnets on wheels.
Once a day?
Once a day.
Dude, on his way out, does he
It
want to
is
stop at my place?
What's going on in the
Sick.
lot that you got to do it once a day?
I don't think they pick up much, but it's just the sense of security.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
you know?
Wow.
Well, 'cause
That's
there's
a
lot of-
workplace
You
perk.
ever
lot
been
of-
magnet fishing?
No,
Oh,
I don't think that's a thing
buddy.
like we do much. You know,
All I'm saying is it's a good time, and I think we
it's
like to have a
it's
good
like-
time.
It's like who do you see usually at the beach with the magnet?
Yeah. They got a certain look.
They look more like Corey than they do me.
Right,
You know, I
right,
just
right.
gotta say that.
The what's funny is when we
All I'm saying is you should try it.
Yeah. All I'm saying is I'm trying to include everyone. I don't know what the problem is here.
When we
Magnet
moved-
fishing, is that what that's called? In the
Magnet
beach with
fishing.
the
No,
detector?
Magnet fish is when you get a fishing pole,
A rope.
and you've got a really, really big magnet on the end of the fishing pole. You get high test wire like for open sea, and you throw it
Run
into like a
electrical through
river.
it, the fish come up.
You run it through like a river or something like that, or the back of a boat over here, at the, like over the bridge.
Yeah.
and you see what you find. You find some wild stuff. I picked
I've-
up bikes before.
I'm trying to get a
What?
stake
Oh,
of
well,
Daytona.
You picked up a bike?
Yeah, you get a magnet that's like
Okay.
100 pound.
to be fair, I didn't know you actually did this because I've consumed a couple of these videos on like TikTok. Like
I
I've
gotta be
seen it
honest,
done.
I didn't have a fishing pole. I had a broomstick
shorts
with
fit
the rope.
Jean shorts fits everyone, Jade. No, I got jean shorts. Don't front. I got some jean shorts. Those Johnsons, I look good in those. Let me tell you.
So I've seen a couple of those videos, and in most of the ones that I've seen, dudes just pick up guns from rivers.
I never found a gun.
Oh my god.
I'm
I don't
Providence.
find
I bet you
I would
find
throw it
guns.
back.
I don't want nothing to do with this.
You just gotta cut the line.
Yeah, just be done.
I found bikes. I found license plates, like all kinds of weird stuff, or license plate frames, like that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Like weird stuff.
I'm trying to find like a stainless steel 60s Rolex Daytona, you know?
Yeah.
I couldn't find one of them. Steve McQueen.
A lot of trash, like tools, like stuff like that.
Yeah.
But it's fun because you feel
Just
the magnet
knives.
like click something, and you're like, and you pull it up. You don't know what you're gonna find.
Very excited.
Because when you're fishing, you're like, that's gonna be a fish. When you get a magnet, you're like,
I bet it's a
You never know.
knife.
It's
be
gonna be
nice.
it's gonna be
It's
something
It's
not
gonna be-
aluminum.
It's going to be a murder weapon.
could be a dead guy's belt buckle. I don't know.
I bet, yeah, if you go near any bridge, you're going to find knives and guns.
Yeah. Yeah. Tell you, magnet
Nice way to
fishing?
get a bad gun.
That is true.
Yeah.
Great way to get a bad gun.
Right. Great way to get a gun that's probably been
Get a body
involved
on
with
it.
something. Yeah. When we first moved in over here, I had my little magnet stick. I don't know if you guys remember that. Because we had construction or deconstruction of all the walls.
Yeah.
So I took a long PVC pipe and taped a magnet to the end of it and just walked around looking for screws.
Oh, my boy, Big C.
Oh,
Chris.
Big C.
Oh, Big C.
What's up, baby?
Yeah.
There he is, coming back with the E46 love.
Big
Chat's-
E46 guy.
Chat's going to be very busy with that debate tonight.
Sorry, I
think,
brought that upon the chat.
No, it's
no,
fine.
no.
It's perfect.
Yeah, that's what we're here for.
It's literally just going to be TCS and Big C Chris just fighting.
I do not have any other callbacks. I think we can move along to want to do B for B? We'll do that
Yeah,
real quick.
man. Yeah, absolutely. Hey, everybody, it's me again, Chuck, with Bucks for the Boys. What's Bucks for the Boys? Well, that's how we keep this train wreck going. It's a value for value way to support your favorite Revival Motoring podcast. And how you do that is you go to revivalmotoring.com/B4B. You hit up a monthly sustainable donation of your choosing, whatever you want to give us per month, per podcast, whatever you like. We take any of it and love any of it, and it helps us kind of keep everything going and playing correctly. Don't want to do a sustainable donation? We get you. Revive Motoring, info at revivemotoring.com on the PayPal. Throw a message in there, any dollar amount, something funny, $420.69, whatever you like.
Pictures of you magnet fishing.
Yeah, pictures you magnet fishing, we'll do it.
Be wonderful.
We're contractually obligated to read whatever message comes in there. You can tell us to go fuck our own asses, and we'll be fine with that.
We've read ones like that before.
Yeah, perfect. Great. That's kind of the best one you can ask for. But also, you can help us out in all sorts of other ways, because obviously money's tight. You can go on, you can hit us with secret leads, pictures, graphics, sound bites on our Instagrams or our emails. You can also, one of the easiest things you do is force someone else to listen to this podcast.
Yep.
Tell other people about Revival Motoring. We appreciate everyone that does.
Spread us.
Spread us wide.
So you can say that one again.
Yeah. Tell somebody else, force them to listen. Put them in a car, long ride. Don't let them touch the radio.
Yeah.
Listen to your voice,
Tell them the greatest thing.
Also, you can leave us a review on the Apple. We only accept 5-star reviews.
Mm-hmm.
And we do, we read all those as well. And you can give us 5 stars on the Spotify, but I don't think you can leave reviews yet. We're working on that with Spotify. We're working hand in hand with Spotify, obviously.
I have yet to log on. So once I do, I will confirm or deny that.
And then what else can we do? Oh, you know what a fun thing to do is, as we're finding out right now, at about 7 p.m. Eastern time every Wednesday, we go live on YouTube. We have a chat room. We have a lot of fun in the chat room. It constantly distracts us from what we should be doing, much to the chagrin of our listeners.
Somebody, who the hell was it? Did I talk to somebody at Dust Off? I cannot remember when I had this conversation, but basically they said it's the 5th cast member.
It is the 5th cast member. That's probably at our donut meet.
Actually, yeah, I think
there's
that's
there's matches made in the donut meet. Josh Riv and TCS met online and then met at the donut meet.
That's true. That's true.
It's like meeting in the chat room in real life.
It's like those newspapers where they used to put,
misconnections. Basically misconnections.
Shouts to Ransom Garage, best M3 E46.
$4.60. We would have also accepted $46. Someone has to give us $30 for E30. But yeah, that's a beautiful thing you can do. And then I think that's all I got.
Well, if you are an active B4B subscriber and member, you will receive some things in the mail from us every now and again, whether it be air freshener, stickers, different things. We make some holiday stuff, around the times, if you will. My wife and I were actually just talking about a holiday drop that we're going to work on.
Oh, shit.
For the old summer, which will be wonderful.
The summer holiday drop?
Summer holiday drop.
What holiday is it, buddy?
4th of July.
Okay.
Yes.
It's a summer holiday.
Yeah.
Then hey, you don't
Get
want
them fucking glizzies popping. So we're working on that sort of stuff now. But on top of what you may or may not receive in the mail, we have some things. Oh, shoot, we didn't put them up today. We have some things from Don't Die. Matter of fact, let me pull them up because I know I wanted to make sure. Yeah, if you don't
John
mind.
Stairs with $4.69. Love to see it. One up in PD there. Cam money for Josh's cams.
Oh, God.
Maybe your Mustang work better if it had cams.
It probably would. So you can follow our friend Nate. Big shouts to Nate, also the man who sent us 96 breadsticks one time. His Instagram at don't_die_inc or the website don'tdieinc.com. He supplied us with a handful of materials this month that we can give out.
To our
We'll
winners
pick
here.
one lucky winner at the end of the month.
We've also been rewarding our chat room pretty heavy.
Yeah, we have.
We've
actually.
had raffles
yeah,
and
just
fun
different
things in the chat.
random shit again because everybody's been so giving in the chat that we feel when we have those big days in the chat, we want to give something away. So
We got a sponsored giveaway tonight.
we
Yeah, P. Coots. If we get
geez.
to $100 right now, we're at
That's true, yeah.
61.28.
Yep,
We
so-
got $100. P. Coots is going to give someone some free
injector cleaning.
Yeah, it's going to
Cleansing.
clean out their injectors.
Clean
Live.
your injectors for
value
it.
higher than $100.
Yeah.
There you
It's
go.
pretty good value right over there.
I hope somebody's got like a Duesenberg 12-cylinder.
It's my Cadillac Madam X 16 mechanical injectors.
Right. Bad day. But again, we thank you all for that, especially everybody in the chat, and we like to give stuff away. So with that said, we will pick a winner in the next coming weeks for the B4B giveaway as well. And as Chuck mentioned, you can go to our website, revivemotoring.com.
Looks like it's going to be June 7th.
June 7th.
June 7th. Big
Okay.
day. Big day.
First Wednesday of June. June 7th.
We'll mark that. Strike that.
Strike that from the record.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we get that going on. What else did I have? Nope, forgot.
Yeah, I can't.
Oh, do we have any reviews?
No, nothing.
Any
this
messages?
week.
Any new subscribers?
We did have one, Tyler N. So big shouts to Tyler N.
Tyler N.
No message. Just
No message.
All business, Tyler N.
Love that.
Yep.
That's even better. Although we do like messages. They're pretty
I do
fun.
appreciate the messages. I do like the reviews.
Jesus.
Your mother cleans my injectors. Matt Rabbit Designs. Love that.
Man.
Love
Well,
that.
there you go. And every week we gauge how last week's episode is based on our B per L, or bucks per listen. We take some numbers. I calculate them. We cut NASA out of the equation. I found them to be.
We're spending too much B.
Yeah, if I'm to be untruthful.
Really?
And last week's supreme performance of the chat room has skyrocketed our BPL to 23 cents per listen.
Holy smokes.
Now,
How many listens did we lose to get the 23%?
we'll discuss that after. It's a little meeting we're going to have.
we got to put the brain power together.
Wow.
Yeah, 23 cents per listen is huge.
Wow.
Huge for us.
That's crazy.
Every listen earned us 23 cents.
It's probably not good.
Or really good.
Or
you got to
great.
remember, Nate L hit us with $100 last week.
Oh, Nate.
Right. There's things that can skew.
Yeah, I love the skews. 23 is our new number to hit.
That's
20 is the
wild.
new number to hit.
Quarter.
Wow.
It's our new bottom.
3 cents a listen?
Yeah.
Almost at a quarter.
Good Lord. Wow, I didn't even know what to say. That's crazy.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, Nate
Big
L.
thanks.
Probably a good
Big
start.
thanks to everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so it's our little way of keeping this train moving. I think I like this whole sponsored chat thing tonight. This
I mean,
worked
it's
out really
working
well.
each week. I have to say, as I stutter through my words, each week the chat's just been there as again, not only fifth cast member, but these guys are always giving and helping.
We think of it like a TV show, like old school, like in the early 2000s, 90s. It was like the TV show only came on
In front of
at
a
a
live
certain time.
studio audience?
No. It's like you had to watch it at the time. You couldn't go
Appointment
back.
TV.
That's
right.
true.
The chat room only happens live.
That's why we're
It's once a
announcing
week.
we're canceling the podcast and we're just doing live.
Just doing live.
We're live streamers now.
Yeah. So it works out well. You got to be there to see it. It's one. Man, you had to have been there.
Yeah.
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 Love
And I have a few ideas to work on things, but one of the biggest thing for me is time. Just trying to find the time. There's some other interviews I want to do, and maybe make them just video only or something like that. So at some point, it's going to happen. Just got to figure out how to make it work. But again, big shouts to everybody who subscribes to the B4B, who chips in info at Revive Motoring, PayPal stuff. Shouts to Kyle from Ulisses Fast, because he's still doing his race day challenge. If you're unfamiliar with that, and you watch NASCAR, basically it's a you can enter to win via, just listen to them. You'll figure it out. But Kyle's got a bunch of merch from NASCAR over the years that he's collected that he's willing to give away. And if you want to partake in his challenge, just hit him up. But that helps us out as well. So big shouts to him. And again, everybody in the chat. With that said, I think we can cue these boys. News.
Wow, Ransom Brown just got a brilliant idea. In studio live audience, $20 per seat. I'll build stadium seating so fast.
Seriously,
Yeah,
buddy.
dude.
We'll fucking put seats on the roof, son.
We'll double our BPL with just
Yeah.
the 3 seats we have in here.
Suddenly the studio will be out there and it's just surrounded by chairs.
Yeah, we won't need garage space anymore. We just have a live studio.
It'll be sick.
It'll be like
Jerry Springer.
yeah, probably
Yes.
more like that. I was gonna say, how you can watch operations happen at times.
Oh, we have a gallery up
the
above?
gallery up top and everything.
If
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie to you, I think we probably have enough room.
We got skylights
Yeah,
above us.
It's true.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you could look over.
Somebody's gonna drop a sugar daddy while I'm doing kidney surgery and just like fucking Seinfeld.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Good idea, Ransom Garage.
Yep.
Every time, dude.
Pete with the good ideas.
Live studio audience, get the claps and the laps.
Yep.
Jay, let me ask you. You stay current with a lot of car news?
I tried to.
You try to? We're gonna pick away some. I didn't
You're
see
gonna
any
hit me
too good
I
stuff
got
this
I
week.
got some current
I
car
got
news that
some.
you guys
I
are going
got
to
some.
love.
Yeah, I got some bangers.
You got some good. All right.
You
all
ready
right.
for this one?
I'm listening. I'm in.
Okay. VinFast, the company we saw at the New York Auto Show,
The one that's excelling rapidly.
is excelling rapidly.
Yes.
They're coming to the U.S. market and the stock market.
Hold on. They were also the ones that, who did they take? Jalopnik or the drive over to wherever it was? And they weren't sure if they were ever coming back.
Oh, yeah,
They
yeah.
confiscated passports and
That's,
like
that's what it was.
Dude,
yes.
Yeah.
you want to know
Back
something?
to China?
where
They're from Vietnam.
Vietnam, yes.
Yeah.
So in order to go, they confiscated your stuff, and then they who was it?
I think it was the drive, I feel.
Was it Pete? It might have been Pete from the drive.
I don't think it was
story.
Pete. I think it was some coworker of his.
Yeah. And they confiscated everything, and they just brought you to a hotel room, and you didn't have any of your stuff, and you were kind of just chilling in a room by
Yeah.
yourself.
So, from all reports about these cars, they're not ready for consumers. Boys, they've already started customer deliveries, which is bananas.
Customer deliveries?
Yeah, Road and Track drove one. Let me get some of the highlights of this.
Oh,
Yeah.
can't wait.
EPA range isn't even certified. One's 264 miles, the other's 243. That's claimed, hasn't been certified yet. This is an exact quote. The entire door card flexes when you pull the handle shut. The panel gaps are large and inconsistent. The icons on the center screen are visibly pixelated and responding consistently. Buttons are made of nice materials but feel mushy.
Are they just talking about a Tesla?
No. This Tesla's big competition now, so we're getting it
So
right.
they had to make sure they're on the same plane.
Yeah. The VinFast VF8 has the worst body control on any modern car I've ever driven. Over a 90-minute drive, the 5,600-pound SUV never stopped bobbing,
5,600
swaying, bucking, producing near-consistent head-tossing motions. Riding in the passenger seat, I became carsick for the first time in years. When I switched seats with the driver, he felt queasy too, even though he says he's never been that type to get carsick. Despite the firmness you feel over impacts, though, the VF8 is also sloppy and prone to excessive rolling corners. It's unclear if this is a result of poor tuning or fundamental issues with the vehicle's suspension geometry. But the ride quality alone is enough to disqualify the VF8 from serious consideration. So they're delivering these already. The whole thing
Where
read
are they
like this.
delivering them to?
People who bought them, people who
Really
pre-ordered them.
Jesus. Why would you pre-order that?
I don't know, but
You don't even know what it is.
they're coming to they're coming to the U.S. stock market,
Yeah.
and right now they're planning at opening at twice the price of Rivian.
Oh my God.
Listen, I bought it and Rivian opened up.
Dude,
I lost a lot of money.
billions of dollars in evaluation, and I just can't wait for the scam to get off the ground. This seems really nice. But read Road and Track's review on it. It is
What is
horrifying.
an MSRP on one of these things?
When are you going to start peeing on one of these things?
MSRP on one of these things.
Oh, I don't. You know what?
What's the buy-in?
I don't know. I'm so shocked at the review.
Because if we're at like 30 grand, I get it.
No, I think it's in the 40s or 50s.
I don't.
Do
get
they
it.
even say this about Nissans though? Because that's Nissan type shit.
I don't know. It's tough.
I don't know. Every Altima I see passing in the breakdown lane seems to have superior body
I
control.
was gonna say they seem like the body control is
Body control's on point.
good enough.
Yeah, it gets around.
We saw them. Was it last year or 2021 New York Auto Show? 2022 New York Auto Show. We saw they had quite a large display.
Yeah, VinFast.
And we were all very perplexed at what they were.
Who's Vin?
Yeah, who's Vin?
Who the
How
fuck
fast
is
is
Vin?
he?
How fast is he?
Yeah. Turns out Vin's very fast.
So yeah, that's VinFast is out there, boys, coming for it.
I can't wait to see one of these things on the road.
Maybe off
think
the
I
road.
can.
I can from afar.
I was gonna say I feel like I can wait.
Yeah.
It's like the first time I saw a Bronco Raptor, only like the total opposite reaction. I'm like, ooh,
I drove one of those. It was
a Bronco Raptor.
amazing.
Yeah. Listen, I haven't really lost my mind over a car like that in a very long time. I saw one of these things on the highway. I nearly crashed. I just couldn't control my emotions. I was just exuding all these noises. Like I was like a kid, like a 3-year-old sees a Tonka truck. Me. Yeah.
Honestly, all I want to do is drive one straight through a roundabout.
Just straight through.
I think you basically have to.
Just
Yeah,
mowing
that's literally the only
whatever
way.
over.
Just blast right through.
yeah.
Well, I can think of a
Barely
bunch of good
feeling
ones.
anything. Just like,
Yeah. I don't think if the police saw it, I think they'd be like, yeah, go ahead. That's fine.
You're like, oh, was that a Bronco Raptor? Oh, he's
Are those 37s?
Yeah.
Go ahead, sir.
he's
okay,
fine.
no problem.
Move along.
Yeah.
Nice car. Some other, hot news.
Hot news.
I don't know if you're familiar with this, but Fast and Furious X has just been released.
Yes.
Just so you know,
Oh,
it's
I know.
not the whole finale
Exactly.
because there's 2 more coming.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on.
It's
There's
a,
not just one more coming. There's 2.
2 more.
it's a 3-parter.
Vinny
3-part finale.
Vinny D just let us in on a little Hollywood secret, if you will.
Vinny Delicious.
That
Vinny Fast?
this
This is the so in the last one we find out how fast Finn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Vin. Yeah. There
Yeah,
we go.
so-
That's it.
Fast X is coming out this Friday, and it's supposed to be the I can't pronounce that word.
Penultimate?
It's supposed to be penultimate movie of a franchise that started way back in 2001. The 10th movie has been written
Oh my
as
God.
half of a 2-part finale,
Oh, I thought it was 3.
Guys, I know what's going to happen.
with the series planned to end after the 11th title.
Fast
However, that
X.
might actually be the case, as Vin Diesel has strongly hinted there is a distinct possibility the epilogue will be stretched to include a 3rd movie.
Fast X, Fast XX, Fast
Triple X.
Triple X.
Oh my God.
Holy shit.
And you
Don't
just
come feel it.
incorporated both
The
Vin Diesel's
world?
characters.
And they're just going to
Hey, give me
show
both main characters.
it's the Fast MCU, Fast CU,
Fast-
FCU.
Fast Triple X.
Yeah.
I'm in.
Is it going to have Ice Cube in it still?
Of course.
And
it is.
Vin Diesel
Of course it is.
somehow. Somehow Matt Damon.
That's what has to happen. He was probably naming it. It's like, what if we do a Fast Triple X?
Big shouts to Nick in the chat.
Nick R coming in at $19.99. I don't know. Are we at $100 yet?
We're at 81.27. We're so close.
Thank you, Nick. Getting real close to somebody getting their injectors cleaned out personally.
Yep.
Hey, yo.
Let's see.
Getting a live injector cleaning.
All right, I mean, while we're chatting about some fast stuff, did anyone see the Rimac? The Navara?
No.
Navarro?
What about it?
Nirvana?
Oh,
But
my God.
It broke 23 records in one day.
Love that. Love the guy that runs that. Mate or whatever
Yeah.
his name is. Dude's an animal.
So 1,900 horsepower, 4 electric motors. We've gone over it a bunch. There's this like little chart here. So like quarter mile, 8.25. Half mile, 12.82. Standing mile in 20 and a half seconds.
What in the...
That's crazy.
0 to 100 kilometers, 1.81 seconds. 100.
What tires is on this vehicle?
All of them.
You know what? Let's see. I'll
Fast
control
ones.
F tire.
VinFast.
Oh,
I think that's probably Linglongs. If I had to guess what's on it,
That's some Delentis.
they spring for the Ling.
Yes.
Say spring for the link. I don't. In this article, it does not say what tire is
0
on
to
it.
60 in 174.
20.59 seconds standing mile.
That is...
Yeah.
0 to 200 miles an hour, 10 seconds.
Isn't that unbelievable?
I don't know if I'd want
Wait.
to be in a car that can go that fast.
That's kilometers.
That's kilometers. Yeah.
No,
yeah.
to the right.
Yeah.
No, the next right.
0 to 100.
0 to 200
This
miles
is-
per hour.
on the
10.86.
right-
Oh, wow.
On the right are all the
10.8.
freedom units.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Holy
freedom unit.
smokes.
That makes sense though, because like if
60
you
to
had,
130, under 3 seconds.
Oh
my God.
Think about when you merge on your highway, do you need a little more? Yeah.
Go on. I would.
You'd merge on the highway and then
You're doing
immediately be like,
200
I gotta
miles
get
an
off.
hour.
You'd run on a highway. Yes. Yeah.
You're doing 200 miles
Yeah.
an hour by
Hey.
the end of the on-ramp.
If the police lights come on, I'm not stopping.
There's
Yeah,
that's
literally
that,
no
dude.
way.
Certificate of
Because
measurement
at that point, you would just take the grow wings and
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
just
take
go
off.
on.
Wow. Yeah. This is
by race
and
logic.
This is
Yeah.
actually certified.
Because remember when
So
what
they
was
beat
it?
everything.
Saline or
Correct.
whoever it was.
Was it Koenigsegg then?
No,
there was an American guy
Koenigsegg
who
was
claimed a
chasing it.
bunch.
Hennessy was also chasing it with the Hennessy Venom GT, and then there was that Spider thing.
I think it was the American guy.
Yeah, no, there was that Spider thing, but
Shelby supercars, right?
Yeah, there you go.
SSC?
SSC.
Oh, the
thank you.
SSC Totoro or whatever.
that's
Yeah.
what it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Rimac just beat everything.
In one day. Weighs 4,700 pounds.
That is
Flagship hypercar is 19.
This,
1,914
you know,
horsepower.
Mate Rimac like drifts, right?
No, I did actually watch
He
that.
drifts an E30.
That
See,
the
it all
round
comes
table
back to
thing.
BMWs, Chuck.
With
That's-
the
you know,
four of them.
E30 M3 guy.
You know what's going on. He's not M3.
He's an E30 M3 guy, is all I'm saying.
If he's building $2.5 million cars,
They
he's
asked
probably.
They
an
asked
E30
what he did
M3.
with the money. He was like, I bought the car I always wanted, an E30 M3, and like a Carrera GT. I'm like, this fucking guy gets it.
This is my homie right here. Yeah, I mean that's just unbelievable. I scored like some speed records. Usually I'm not too intrigued because it's like whatever. But
That's a
I
lot.
scored 23 in a single day, like verified, not like
I mean, these
independently claimed.
there's just the technology. You just have to bow down.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, holy cow.
We're witnessing
This one actually
Historical
wasn't even
events.
on that chart. It went from 0 to 249 and back to 0 in 29 seconds.
That's not that impressive, you know.
It's not? Excuse me?
Can you imagine how hard that braking was?
Also, why did
And
it
the-
just hit 250? Why did it go 249? What are these?
I don't know.
It's not trying to break the
It's
speed
always the
limit.
thing where I was like, why is everything 19.99? Why just
Hold
make
on,
it 20
let's see.
bucks?
What's
Like,
400?
Oh, that was some weird old to make sure like the people that register weren't stealing stuff back in the day.
It's 249 because it goes 400 kilometers an hour. So 400 kilometers an hour is 249.
Couldn't go 401.
Couldn't go 401.
Well,
Couldn't
isn't
do
that
it.
like the nice round. Those aren't freedom units all the time.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't know. I don't know.
We're using
I'm
the
afraid
wrong
of
units
unit
to
man.
measure.
It broke the previous record by over a second.
Jeez.
It's pretty wild.
What was the previous record? Koenigsegg, probably.
He must be so mad right now.
Now we're going back in the archives.
I think they're
Yeah.
boys actually.
They're building 150 of these things. Jesus.
and they're probably all sold.
Probably. In Croatia.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Man.
Elon Musk buying them and crushing
You
them.
know, shout out to Croatia.
Yeah, big shout out to Croatia
Big
getting
shout
it done
to
out there.
Croatia.
Love to see him getting it going, you know. Why not start your car industry with the best car in the world?
Really dip your toe in.
Yeah, we're going to get involved. We're just going to make the fastest at everything, I
Yeah.
guess, while we're here.
Go from there.
That's crazy, dude. That's awesome.
We have talked about in the past Rivian's lead time for getting stuff,
Takes a little while.
takes a little while. Rivian shortens R1T delivery times to 2 weeks or less for inventory vehicles. The American EV startup also opened up demo drives to everyone who's interested in the all-electric pickup truck.
Yeah, but inventory vehicles?
Rivian customers
Yeah, I
who
was gonna
reserve an
say.
R1T all-electric pickup truck can now take delivery on their vehicle in 14 days or less in some cases, according to a statement sent out by the EV maker based in Irvine, California. Additionally, in a bid to entice as many people as possible, the American brand said the demo drives are now open to everyone, not just reservation holders. With a stated target of manufacturing 50,000 vehicles this year, R1S, R1T, and EDV combined, it's clear that Rivian is trying to ramp up its production efforts and deliver cars to customers faster than ever before. Let's see. Yeah, it seems pretty good.
Chuck, you want to go drive a Rivian?
Yeah, dude.
So
Shout to Jordan. Tall ships in Boston Friday night. See you there. God bless. $199.
Gonna go
Enjoy the
watch 'em?
ships.
Yeah, have
That
fun.
sounds beautiful.
So
Got
our
him.
good friend English Ben, been on the show a few times.
Ben
shouts
English.
out.
He said that they have them on the lot there in Venice.
They have his.
Yeah, he's like, you can just go, like, if you'll take whatever they have there, you can just go buy them same day.
Beautiful.
Interesting.
So,
Yeah,
pretty
that's
good. Now, is that because no one's buying them anymore? I don't know.
I don't
Or
know.
have
Good
they gotten
question.
better with production?
cool. Right.
Because that 50,000 numbers, that's pretty substantial over where they started, where they were making
Two
two
a
a week or
week.
something. Yeah, it's like
Well, what do they cost now?
a
90
lot.
grand, I think?
Yeah, a lot. They're not cheap.
I think, yeah.
So if you go slap down 90 grand for an SUV on the lot, you have anyone you want.
No problem.
Yeah.
Also at every other car dealership
I was
as
gonna
well.
say you can just go.
Yeah, 90
anywhere.
grand. Let's give
You're
you
like,
whatever you want.
I just want a car.
yeah.
whatever you
Where
want.
is? I'm not
Take your
really
pick.
seeing, MSRP order one. Let's see. What do we got here? $1,000 deposit, sure, and that's where it ends. So, Rivian MSRP.
Yeah, I was going to say their website used to have.
So it says 2023 starting at 74.8 for the R1T. I
There
don't
we
know.
go. Yeah, starting price R1T. I have 73 US. Explore options and pricing.
We had R1S's starting at 78. So
Oh, there we go.
So you're
However-
probably all in for reasonably spec Rivian. You're probably looking at 90 after
Yeah.
all fees.
Yeah, I mean this even the basic one without me touching anything, it now says 87.
Okay, so you're looking at 100.
And there's still the all-terrain upgrade I could put.
yeah,
Dual motor, performance dual motor, quad motor. That's with the standard battery, not the large.
We're going to go quad motor, large
Yeah, and then
battery.
wheels
Yeah.
and tires
Quad
and stuff
motor,
like
yeah.
that.
I'm trying to get all the power.
Yeah, how many
all
motors
the
can I
way.
have?
Right, all of them.
Do you have more?
Yep.
at that amount, I'd buy a Bronco Raptor.
I like a motor on
I'd
all
buy a
axles,
Bronco Raptor for sure. And
maybe
then
a
I'd
couple
tune
on the
it,
drive shafts.
and I'd have
So-
a 700 horsepower Bronco Raptor.
Yeah.
Okay, so if I just put the
Just
all-terrain
do whatever
upgrade,
you want.
all-terrain upgrade.
all-terrain upgrade,
The Bronco comes standard with the all-terrain upgrade.
it's ultra wide as well. That's already gives you the quad motor, gives you the larger pack. You really can't pick much other than paint color and wheels and tire combinations, but that brings up to 90,850.
There you go.
All right, so you were spot on with 90 grand.
Yeah.
Look at you. It's
okay.
almost like you've been shopping them, or you know someone who did shop
I
'em.
might know a couple people.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know?
Well, I got a news. Despite all my warnings, the LA suburb of Pico Riviera, govern me harder daddy in Spanish, has voted to allow police to permanently confiscate vehicles used in illegal shows or street racing.
Sideshows. Oh, or street
illegal,
racing.
no. Illegal shows or street racing. Spectators within 500 feet of these shows are good for $2,000 in fines for watching.
Hell yeah.
Wow.
This is so flimsy. If you don't think laws like this will affect you, think again. It just says illegal shows. So if you have a meetup in your local parking lot without permission, that's an illegal show.
They could very much. Yeah.
If you were in a 7-Eleven 2 blocks away, here's a $2,000 ticket for watching. It's not good.
Well, but if said 7-Eleven owner was like, yo, roll through, homies, I have a bunch of parking spots.
Yeah,
If you're just parking in the parking spot at a private business,
yeah. I
you're
mean,
just-
this is very loosey goosey, like local
is-
law
right.
stuff.
It's
Very
unfortunately, yeah.
It's like ban TikTok. Just start banning other shit next, man. I'm telling you, this is a slippery slope. I mean, this is opposed to actually doing the work and being like, well, these guys were doing it, so fuck them.
yeah.
This is
Right.
really, really ugly shit.
Right. Just
At
hand it
first,
all
I was
out.
with it. and now I'm actually kind of not with.
That's
the
why
way.
I'm talking about
that's
it.
the-
I'm
'cause,
trying
like,
to make people aware this
Just
is a
get rid
bad
of
thing.
Get the takeovers out of here.
I completely
That's-
understand takeovers have no place. Like, fuck them. But this is just, again, we see how efficient our government polices. If
Dude,
you
I'm
will.
all about you do whatever you want in them streets.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not.
Like,
We've
Big Daddy government's gonna
leaving
fork
things
everybody.
open to interpretation and leaving
There's
it
gonna
up
become
to,
become a way to just raise some revenue.
right. Leave it open to Johnny Law
Absolutely.
in particular.
You're at
on
a car
case-by-case
show. Let's say you're at a
basis.
car show, like a parking lot car show, and some dude starts doing donuts. They're gonna come confiscate all the cars of that car show.
And
Right,
then
or just
charge you to.
And what are you
fine
gonna do?
everybody.
It's got this
Yeah.
loosey goosey terrible law.
Yep.
I mean, it's not like you can't fight it, but then you got to pay money to fight it. It's bad. I mean, whenever they're trying to give the man more money to do stuff, it's bad. So
It's-
this is not good.
It's unfortunate that there's a reason for something like this to be put in place now.
Yep.
That's what it
Now
comes
it's
down
just for
to.
them trying to say they're doing something.
Yeah, that too.
It's for just for them to justify more expenditure of
Right.
Put
Just
more
in
police
general.
out there.
Yeah, exactly. Let's buy some tanks for these guys. You know,
Right. That's exactly what
let's
they
buy
need.
some tanks.
Yeah.
You pick
So
up
it's
a
gonna
kid
be-
from daycare a block away. It's
Right,
a $2,000
right.
ticket.
So it's gonna be Call of Duty, just out in the streets.
Exactly.
Modern Warfare 3
Pens are just rolling down.
Takeover Edition.
Yeah. Disaster, dude. This law's a disaster. It's going to be a disaster.
Is this
It's-
in like one single neighborhood? Sorry if you already.
This is
explained
in one. This is in one county, one suburb right now. So
You said
Uh,
Pico
but
de
it's
Gallo-
common, dude.
A
Pico de
suburb?
Gallo, California.
it's Pico Riviera.
Okay.
Are they
Small River.
Sorry.
are they having
No,
Small River.
it's governed me harder, Daddy.
are they having uptick in takeovers? I'd imagine.
I guess so. This isn't how you solve it.
Yeah.
It's not like it's not already illegal to what's happening. So making it more illegal isn't going to solve it. We look at how good the war on drugs has worked. You can't make things more illegal. Like murdering's illegal.
Right.
You can't make
Right.
it more illegal.
It's not going to help.
This is making it. You can't make it more illegal. Just punishing anybody anywhere close.
I already know.
Do a little community outreach, boys.
I already know what Tobias would say about this law.
Pico de Gallo County.
Toby's quote would probably be "fuck the police
Yeah.
with their dick beater hands. They can stay away from my fucking whatever." I'm sure it would be.
Yeah, it would be highly offensive.
Yeah,
So
it's similar to that.
we already lost all our law enforcement listeners, so we're gonna be fine.
It is what it is.
Hey,
Yeah.
you gotta know your crowd.
Yep. Harman Automotive
Harmon.
is coming out. This is a report from Motor Trend
Oh God.
that the Samsung subsidiary has been working on a modular, upgradable architecture for electronics in cars called Ready Upgrade. It's based around a domain controller, which contains the hardware to run the infotainment screen, instrument panel, heads-up display, and other relevant features. This modular device hooks up via a standardized quick disconnect 96-pin connector, which includes multiple Ethernet links, as well as spare pins for future expansion. It's intended to offer better upgradability for cars beyond what simple software updates can achieve.
You say 96 pen?
96 pin.
Yeah, that's nice and sleek.
Really just tuck that behind the
Just
dash.
Yeah.
to be fair, wait till you see what this thing looks
I'm
like.
sure that'll stick around forever.
Honestly, I just wish they would let cars and computers be two separate things.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you are
Carburet these fuckers,
100%
you know?
right.
When I get home, I want to use my computer. When I'm outside the house, I want to use my car. Yeah.
This is potentially what.
Where
this
does this
thing-
go in the car?
I,
What is the
so that's
Is this
what I was
where
kind
you-
of
is this where
curious
you'll
of.
launch a nuclear weapon?
Like,
This looks like something Katie Designs would build as like a
His would be-
stereo setup.
His would be way nicer.
No, I
like-
mean like
It'd
the
be leather.
plexi with the lights
Yeah.
and everything.
I don't think this is going to fit into a standard double din by any means.
Look at those
it's just-
directions. This is horrible, dude.
I don't know, like where like your point. Where would this go?
Nothing's right. I'm torn. Why can't we just use Android Auto or the Apple CarPlays?
I was gonna say we already had this figured out.
Yeah, we don't need 96 pins to do it.
Let's see. So
You
yes,
don't need
the-
Samsung
like,
to do it either.
like like Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, or CarPlay to older cars that don't have the hardware. Instead, with the Ready Upgrade architecture as new hardware and technologies hit the market,
Yeah,
they
but you
could be
could
baked
just
into
you
the
could just
new revision
install a
domain
CarPlay unit
control.
in your car.
This has already been figured out.
So my
Yeah, but this is more expensive.
so
which
let
is
me
nice,
guess.
you know?
Actually, no. You know what? This would go. You know what? I don't know.
96 pins. How many pins you got? Not that many.
I take it back.
That's a lot of
That's
pins.
my choice.
I take it back. I
I
don't know
chose less pins.
I'm trying less pins.
because you
Is
know.
this one of the things where we don't know the actual size of this because there's nothing in there for perspective?
Hey,
Right,
why are there
so-
speakers on it?
Right, because this right here you could put somewhere, right?
Listen,
But then this could fit in a din.
This
But
is
maybe this is
just-
the brain. I don't know.
I can
Yeah.
play a club
external
on that thing.
Bluetooth speaker.
That's a Bluetooth. That's literally like a.
What if
That's
you
a.
just- I think
That
they
looks like a
just-
music making piece of hardware.
I think they just expect you to put this on the top of your dash.
To be
Yeah,
fair,
and say, all right, everybody.
It's got a
good to
rubber
go."
bottom. You just put it on top of the
it
desk.
looks like it should be the third generation of our mixing board. That's what it looks like. It looks like that's what's coming.
I can't have a license plate frame because it obstructs views of my numbers on my license plate.
Yeah.
Because they want me to throw this up on my dashboard.
Put this on your dash.
There's 3 screens and speakers on
This
it.
is like when they had like 8 tracks in cars.
That's
It's like,
well. That's what's in the middle. Right?
It looks
Yeah,
like
yeah.
this thing could check your blood pressure too while you're at it.
speaking of
That's one of the,
Theranos,
that's one of the extra pins.
That's the 95th.
for the expansion,
Yeah.
it's like a what do you call it? Fuck, ECU.
Commodore 64.
No, standalone ECU with like we got like this 12 extra.
Yeah,
Like-
it's like you can just replace the head unit in your car. You'll be fine. Yeah.
I was gonna say,
It's probably a ninth of the price of the
Sony
Matter-
nailed it.
matter of fact,
Sony's got it done.
Katie can get a cheap one that can work with your phone, and you can have everything from your phone on the radio instantly.
Oh, so
Yeah.
you're talking about CarPlay.
Yeah, just in right, exactly.
Which you carry around with you all the time.
Yeah,
as opposed
which
to this.
happens to be in your pocket.
And this is gonna be like back in the day when they'd steal stereos out of your car. You just rip it out. And this is gonna steal your
This whole thing.
96 pin unit.
They smashed my windshield again to get
My briefcase. It's gonna get mistaken for luggage. It could be a carry-on.
Yeah, this thing stinks.
I'm sorry that Lewin Day had to write an article about
Yeah,
this.
poor little.
article. That's a stretch. It's 3 paragraphs.
Oh, that's it?
We've
That's
already
it.
talked more
That's
about
it.
it than when
Oh
he's
wait, no,
not-
I'm sorry. Never mind. Oh
there's
wait,
a
no,
unit.
there's
Hold on.
more.
Oh, that
It
looks
said-
way
But
better.
wait, there's more.
If you
Sorry.
scroll down, it said Ferrari is on board.
that's
that
a
makes
bad-
so much sense.
Well, they're known for their great electronics, so that makes sense.
There-
Their
wait,
their
let's-
infotainment is
Here's the
class
line. There are some hurdles that the system can't easily overcome. Its size, for one.
That's crazy. That's 9 times the size of my MacBook.
It's like a gaming
MacBook can do
computer you're
anything.
putting in your car that it's like infinitely upgradable.
Yeah, I don't know. That's silly.
Yeah.
I don't need to upgrade the hard. I just need the software to be updated, and that's it. And that's why I got a phone.
Yeah, let the hardware run.
It does it itself. That's interesting.
I think I'm good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's,
yeah,
it's
I'm
a
out.
thing. Unless we're completely missing the boat here. Yeah.
Maybe we're just too poor.
Isn't
That's
that
true as well.
This is like the thing Spotify tried to sell. Do you guys ever see that? It was like this little
the
external.
card. Yeah.
Sort of like Sony's MP3 player.
Yeah.
when Apple had the iPod or whatever it was.
The Zune,
Yeah,
Talking
yeah, there we
Zunes,
go.
boys?
Zune.
Speaking of Ferrari,
Ferrari.
Ferrari CEO on self-driving cars. He's quoted, "We don't care."
I love that guy.
That's amazing. But didn't he say they would never make an SUV?
Yeah,
they
yeah,
did, yeah.
same
What
guy.
the fuck they got now?
I
Yeah, they're
assume
gonna make
he's the same
self-driving
guy.
cars.
Yeah, I assume.
The only saving grace that thing has a naturally aspirated V12.
Everything
so I
they
guess-
do, 6 months later, they change their mind
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
When
he
they get a new
says,
CEO and president in Italy every 6 months.
Ferrari CEO Benedetto Vigna did not mince words about how the automaker feels about self-driving cars. He's quoted saying, "There are 4 kinds of software: performance software,
2 types of
comfort
people in this
software, infotainment software, and there is autonomous. The last one we do not care about."
You think I am some kind of bitch?
Yeah, it's just
I
like,
believe it's a direct translation.
oh, dude, wild. Vigna referenced the soul of the car
There
in
we
this
go.
conversation.
There we go.
That's it.
Yeah.
Now we're talking about
This is my guy.
Car
He's getting
soul.
passionate.
Love it.
Yeah. The brand is its own master after not taking part in the merger of the FCA and PSA that created the Stellantis division.
Still anus.
Yeah.
Still anus.
It's getting high up, defective. Yeah. But it's just like, no, we're not in for this. Right now, as of May 9th at 3 p.m.
Until they release the next fastest Ferrari SUV ever.
And it's the fastest because self-driving.
Self-driving.
autonomous, yeah.
Exactly. We have realized the passion of the computer.
Well, the thing is that they have to
The computer has soul.
they have to bring
Incredible
self-driving
passion.
to like a marketing team, and then they have to come up with 2 other words
Yeah, exactly.
that like describe an animal.
It's
and like a-
emotional navigation.
Yeah, something like that.
It's a smart pig.
Oh, that's it right there.
Yeah.
Smart pig.
Well, I also have still anus news.
Ooh, love it.
One of my favorite things to cover on the
We were
podcast,
just
which
talking
is
about takeovers. That's still anus.
it's also still anus news.
Yeah.
It's primarily still anus vehicles out there. Boys, bad news. Jeeps recalling 220,000 Jeep Cherokees from the 2014 to 16 era for fire risk. Water can get into the tailgate control computer and start a fire which is exactly the opposite of what water usually does.
Hold on. The
How does that
fire
work
starts because of water.
Because of water.
That's
Yep.
wild.
That's some FCA.
It's-
What kind of
yeah,
fire
it's
is?
only Stellantis stuff.
What kind of water is that?
It's crazy water. Holy water. Unclear how many have already caught fire. Apparently, the precursor is your tailgate stops working. So if your tailgate stops working, you want to park that baby outside and put a bunch of valuable stuff inside.
The next stage might be ball flame.
Interestingly, they've already done a recall for a similar problem in 2015, but their president was quoted as saying, "Second try's a charm." So
Wait,
they're gonna knock it out this time. Don't worry about it.
they in 2015.
Yep.
Okay,
So
They-
8 years ago.
so they didn't. They knew about it in 2015.
Similar thing.
Didn't fix the 16, so therefore the recall is 2014 to 16.
Hence 2 tries. You got to
Yeah,
give the guy
yeah,
2
right,
tries. So.
right.
Yeah, water. I mean, he was taken aback by water setting the vehicles on fire. I mean, to be honest,
It takes a lot. You gotta really.
You
sit
gotta
back
really
and
engineer
process.
that.
I was gonna say, right? You'd really need to speak to who developed that to figure out how.
yeah. So it's if you're driving your 14 through 16 Jeep, get ready for another recall notice.
Don't drive it in the rain because it will catch on fire.
But the rain will put it out.
Or you just do better, just not drive it and sell it.
Maybe just get rid of it.
Yes.
So yeah, that's the latest Stellantis news. Much to the theme of most of our Stellantis news, which is always recalls.
Always similar. Well, speaking about rain,
Rain.
Formula One cancels Grand Prix amid deadly floods in Italy.
I heard that.
Yeah.
I heard Italy's going to hell.
Safety
Thank God I'm not going
concerns,
there anytime soon.
Safety.
Good thing my
Wait.
mom got in there for her birthday and then got out.
Oh
Got
shit!
out.
Aren't you going
Corey's
there?
going.
I leave on Sunday for 2 weeks.
Going
Are
beautiful.
you serious?
Yeah.
In Italy.
Yeah, it's looking wet.
Bring your water wings.
It's just looking.
Bring your rubbers.
Yeah. It's looking. It's going to the Amalfi Coast, and it's looking like it
Are
is
those
going
tickets
to be.
refundable?
Not at this moment.
All right,
No,
well.
no.
Buddy, it's going to dry up. It's a
Yeah,
couple
it'll
days
burn
out.
off.
It'll
They'll
burn
be
off.
right off.
Safety.
No
Burn
problem.
off.
No problem.
Burn right
Safety
off.
concerns
Hey, big
prompted.
country. Just go somewhere else.
Right, head to the other
I'm
coast.
renting a car. I just
Go to
somewhere.
France. They get no
That's
rain.
far.
No trash collection either, but you'll be fine.
Oh boy, yeah, France.
Yeah.
They're having some technical difficulties with the government over there right now.
Dispute.
Yeah, a dispute. Yeah, yeah. Safety concerns prompted the decision to call off the race at Imola, the site of this weekend's Emilia Romagna Grand Prix.
Emilia Romagna.
Yeah, so there's that.
Let's look on a map.
Yeah, let's find out where this is. See if we can map out where Corey's trip's going to be.
Yeah. Let's see.
The airport you're landing at. There she is.
Let's go.
I'm going Italy.
Yeah. No, we're gonna
Let's
go
find it on
here.
the map here.
All right. It's 6.5 hours away. It's the entire.
Is that on
other side of the
Italian
country.
public transport or
Oh,
is
so
that
you're
driving?
chilling. It's probably going to be sunny.
That's
and
driving.
mad next
Is it
week.
south?
No, it's way north. Way north.
Oh, I love it up there.
Yeah, it's right outside of Bologna.
Oh, baloney.
Yeah, it's way north. 7 hours and 40 minutes.
Oh, you're
via
gonna be
the
fine
A1.
down there.
Yeah.
Oh, you're chilling, dude.
I'm gonna be honest. I didn't know you could drive 7 hours.
Oh, you're
in
driving
Italy.
further than that.
Yeah, look at-
Italy's
Italy's
long.
Very
You
long.
got this. You're probably looking at 12 hours if you're going to do.
Tip to
Right.
tip.
Right.
Yeah. You're doing toe to thigh.
Yeah.
You seen Italy?
Get to the old muddy spot. Is that where
Yeah. If you were
We're
if you-
measuring tip to what?
right? Right.
you seen the boot?
Tip to clit.
Yeah, you seen the boot, right? Yeah, look at this.
Oh, Italy.
Italy.
Yeah.
Thigh, dude.
No, Italy. Yeah, no, totally Italy. Yeah.
Yeah, makes sense
Yeah,
right
6
here.
hours.
Yeah, 6 hours from where I'm going up there.
Jesus. That's
Telling
unbelievable.
you.
6 hours, buddy. You
What a country.
gotta call a doctor after 4.
Yeah,
Jesus.
consult a physician. Jeez.
Italy's about like here to DC. That's how long Italy is.
Yeah.
Good Lord. All right, we got to be more specific about what we're speaking of sometimes.
Lot can
I don't
happen
know.
in
I
that
think I
span of
said
time.
Italy.
Yeah, no, you said Italy.
Yeah. So, but
Yeah,
yeah,
no, you definitely
hopefully,
6.5 out.
hopefully the inclement weather.
You're not
stays.
even going anywhere near there.
No, but
It's all the mountains up there trapping the clouds.
it is also showing rain where I'm going.
To be fair, is the storm moving north with you? Is that
I don't know where it's moving.
just to be?
I'm
is
not
it showing
gonna look.
rain for when you get there?
It doesn't matter. I'm going anyway.
Yeah, but is it showing? Is it big rain
It is,
times?
yeah.
Not for long though, right?
No, actually, so I get there Monday morning. Monday it looks like it's gonna be rainy, and Tuesday from there forward it looks like it's gonna be in and out of cloudy and sunny.
Did it rain San Pellegrino over there? You're gonna be fine.
Yeah, you'll be chilling, baby.
Yeah, mineral water, dude.
You have a bucket. You'll be good to go.
Yeah,
Yeah,
The
bottle
water's
that
free
stuff
over
up, send
there.
it back.
The water's free.
Yeah, it just comes up from the street.
You gonna do a Italian energy drink reviews out there?
Yeah, I should.
You should
I-
review Italian ice.
Yeah.
Italian
Last time I was out
petrol stations as well.
there, Italian petrol stations are unbelievable.
Yeah.
Last time I was there, they had
I got a lot of driving, so I'll be doing.
Coca-Cola energy was just dropping out there, and
I'll
it
give
was
that a shot.
all over the place.
You know what you're gonna be driving?
Fiat Panda.
Oh,
really?
made in Poland.
You're kidding me.
Yeah, Fiat Panda.
Okay.
Well, Fiat Panda or similar.
Yeah, similar is going to be
We're
the
about to
issue.
find out.
I
what
think
it
similar
is.
is like a Cherry Sonic knockoff.
What?
Cherry's the company in China that knocks off all the American car.
Chevy. Yeah.
I know, because all the others were. It was like all other, like it was either a Volkswagen Polo or.
When I went last time I went, they had a Fiat 120 something Spider, like the Miata.
124 Spider.
Yeah, that I got the stupid 500 instead, like an idiot. I didn't fight for the Spider.
Oh,
Yeah.
you man.
And that thing was such a disaster. So yeah, see if you can get the Spider.
So
I was
my
gonna
favorite.
say, go ahead.
My favorite thing is like renting a car. You rent it on like an Amex, so they cover like the insurance on that stuff. And then it was like, oh, you read in the thing, it's like, oh yeah, Amex doesn't cover rental cars in Italy. And I was like, well, I know why, because I see people drive there.
Don't crash it.
No, there's no way. There's like full coverage on all rental cars in Italy because of just like the deplorable driving out there.
Jesus, dude.
Carman Cam, watch out for those doppelgangers driving up and down Fiat 500, speeding through cameras.
Yeah.
Perhaps
getting that lawsuit.
Perhaps the one place in the world that does need autonomous cars is Italy.
No,
No,
Italy's,
no.
Italy's crazy. When you're driving around in Italy, like they never leave any space between each other.
No.
That's it's the thing.
Tailgating all
they
the time.
tailgate.
Get touch.
That's how they drive.
Yeah.
Right. Oh,
There's no space in between cars. You think they're riding your ass, and they're not. Everybody is.
slow down by feel.
It's crazy. So you're like, this fucking guy's been riding my ass. As fast as you go, stay right there.
You
They're
park
all like
by
Ram
feel,
drivers.
Drive
Yeah.
by feel.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Let's do it.
So-
I love it. I'm looking
Yeah.
forward to seeing it all unfold.
But yeah, someone mentioned the Valentini Rossi edition Monster. That was delicious. There was a
That one stinks.
Mario. Oh, I liked it so much.
Oh.
There was a Mario edition Monster that I really liked. So there's a bunch of them out there.
What?
Um,
Does the country have a partnership with Monster?
No, I just like you go somewhere else, they get different energy drinks. All the Red Bulls, pretty much no matter where you go, they seem to all be the same.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, I like that consistency.
Like
I know what I'm getting into.
globally, it seems to all be the same.
Yeah, that's
but
when
like,
you get a little tricky out there. Like, I just need a taste of home.
Yes.
Grab a Red Bull.
you go somewhere like Charles brought me back energy drinks from Poland.
Poland.
Mike Tyson's a guy on the can.
Black
I
Energy.
got a whole collection of them.
Are
Yeah,
you serious?
dead
Black
serious.
Energy.
Black Energy?
There's a company called Black Panther.
How
They
the
broke
fuck did
up.
I not start that before?
Dude, there was a company called Black Panther. They broke up. One became Black, one became Panther. Panther got the biggest
Yeah.
Polish boxer of all time to be their thing, and Black took the last dime they had and got Tyson to be their guy.
And
their
then
ads-
quoted him.
Dude, their ads would just say Black Power and had Mike Tyson holding an energy drink can.
You just saw in Poland. They just
And it
had
would have
ads
a
that
Mike
say
Tyson
Black
like,
Power.
I'm slipping into Bolivia. It would have Mike Tyson quotes on it.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, I'm eating your children. Like, just wild stuff on the side of the can.
Honestly,
yeah, is it on?
whoever
I'll
does
hit
the
you
marketing for this place is
Tomorrow when I get into my office.
Yeah, there it is. Black Energy.
Yeah, yeah. Tomorrow when I
Black-
get to my
Dude,
office,
look at the
I'll send you
cans.
some photos.
Bro, I need this so
I think I have
fucking
like
bad.
4 of them, 3 of them, 4 of them. Yeah. Okay, Josh, go one up from the bottom on the
Shower?
right. Go to the right. There you go.
This
No,
one?
you were on it. Click that.
As long as we preserve and endure, we can get anything we want.
Yeah.
Black Power.
Mike Tyson.
That's
Black
the,
Power.
the nicest thing he's ever said on it.
Whitest country on earth.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
In Poland?
Everybody loves Mike Tyson out
It's
there.
nowhere near
none
Africa.
of the bad stuff that got out about Tyson here ever got to Poland.
That's how.
Never got translated.
That's how black works.
Dude, it's incredible, right?
That's like. I can't even say what I'm thinking.
You can say whatever you want, but yeah, I got.
Dude, they just keep making it too.
Chuck brought me back a few
I think
of them.
I think he signed up for a lifetime sponsorship.
Honestly, I would.
Look at that one, dude. Empower yourself. Look how
Oh
happy
my
Mike
God,
looks.
they're like really leaning into this.
I'll bring one back
In
for you.
Poland, my guy.
Dude, Poland, they love it.
yeah.
Just every black power.
Because Black Tiger was literally just a Red Bull rebrand.
I'm out of. I
Limited collection.
bro. I got
Yeah.
no.
They don't have the gold can.
Do they have sex energy? Black sex energy? That's the best one.
That's a white can. Yeah, that's the
Yeah,
white can.
type in black sex energy.
Wait,
It'll
hold
come
on.
up.
What?
Actually, maybe you shouldn't type that in.
Yeah, probably not facing the camera.
Bring it up on your computer
good
first.
call.
You'll find what you need. But yeah, they're unbelievable.
Dude, Tiger makes really good flavors, but they can't even get a leg up on these guys because
Yeah.
it's Mike Tyson, dude. He's so happy.
Yeah, so when I was in Italy last time, they had a bunch of like Valentini Rossi, some Mario. They had like a Ferrari one, like Monster branded. They were pretty much all the same flavors here, but the can was all branded differently and everything. But yeah, it's good. And then they didn't have the Coca-Cola Energy when I was there last time.
They've got to run out of money to pay this guy.
There it
Dude,
is.
the Sex Energy one's wicked good.
What's the difference?
I don't know. Tastes
What,
a little
does it,
better.
like, elongate something?
Not in my experience, buddy. But it is. I don't. My technical Polish is bad, so I don't know what it's supposed to do to you. My Polish generally is pretty bad.
I'm just absolutely fucking blown
Yeah,
away.
dude. I'll bring you back a can next time I go.
Please do, because
Apparently, you can get them at Polish stores, so I'll see if we can get one over here.
Oh, like Polish stores, like the one we see.
Yeah, the one down the street. Yeah. If we can get some, that'd be awesome. I'll stock it in the machine at work.
Yeah.
We'll keep it.
Paying $9 per energy drink can.
Yeah. Well, anyway, that's a bummer, buddy Mola. Now, did they announce any plans for rescheduling?
I didn't.
Is they going to skip?
I didn't read the rest of that article. If Matt Wood's in the chat, I'm sure he will know off the top of his head.
So
yeah,
I think-
it's interesting.
I don't think they can. I don't think they have the flexibility in their schedules
Sure.
within a given calendar, like a schedule.
Right, so they just
to-
drop the race,
yeah,
essentially?
yeah.
Yeah.
So the race is just done, so? That's
Because with the whole
insane.
Formula One circus that goes around, like all the things they have to move,
Right,
and all the,
it's really tough to...
It's way too difficult for them to try and like actually make up a race.
Yeah,
out
I
of it.
remember
Yeah.
being in Austin for it, and like the whole week run up to it. Like they have all these crazy deals where it's like we can have merch stores in the middle of the city.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
it's crazy. So I can't even imagine the amount of money lost on all ends because of that.
yeah.
Everybody's losing money.
For Italy, for Formula One,
Yeah, for
the drivers don't
whatever
really give a
town it
shit.
was
They're
in.
just chilling. But
Just think of how much Ferrari merch gets sold that week.
Think about the power the drivers had when they threw the fit over the Miami thing. Did you
Yep.
watch F1 Miami?
it's like
Thank you.
everything else that happens in Florida. It's so fucking lame.
That's why it was so lame, dude.
Like, and they have fake water, like fake.
Oh, yeah,
Free
yeah.
water?
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's no
Marinas.
water in Florida.
I'm like, it's just all the whole state's a joke.
It turns out they're pretty far from the ocean.
Yeah.
It turns out they're like a half hour from the ocean. Yeah. Yeah, it was real lame. The drivers definitely weren't into it. You could tell, and then they threw a
the
fit.
pre-race thing with
Yeah.
who was that? LL Cool J.
LL Cool J and
I was
some
like
others.
listening to that. I was like one of the first pre-race things. I'm like, they can't all be this ridiculous, can they?
And you know, to be fair, you're telling me F1 doesn't have a bigger budget than LL Cool J? Like we might have been able to get him out front for a donut meet if we
Yeah, that ain't right. His first album was incredible.
Yeah, like 20 years ago.
Yeah, that's it.
22
though. That's it.
But that's what I mean. It's just like, you know, he's probably on the Comic-Con circuit.
Yeah, no, he's doing bat mitzvahs now. He's doing mid-management bat mitzvahs now.
I just, you know, it's sort of like the NHL. The NHL always tries to bring somebody for the All-Star game or something. Or at the end when they give away all the awards. And it's
Like when the
just-
Super Bowl did Kid Rock for like a decade
it's,
straight.
right, yeah, exactly. It's just like, you know, the NHL. Here's the 2023 NHL All-Star Show, and your guest, Hoobastank. So what the fuck are you doing, dude? Like, what's happening?
Matt Wood says it was canceled by the local government because of the weather emergency. It was a red weather. I don't know what red weather means.
Red, usually like red is like
Danger.
some scary shit, but
Yeah.
like red flag.
That means it's Ferrari weather.
Yeah.
Listen,
Matt, it was just a marketing campaign, and they're taking it way too serious.
yeah, it was a
God damn it.
Oh, what do you mean?
Ferrari got an extra week to kind of fiddle with their car.
yeah, exactly.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, hey, it's a good thing I made that joke about reworking the vacation to go to a Mola. It's a good thing.
Yeah. You didn't.
Yeah, didn't take that more
Yeah,
seriously.
that would have sucked.
Yeah.
And you oftentimes it seems like I think F1 races overseas are much cheaper than like
So-
Miami tickets were stupid.
I
Las
looked-
Vegas tickets are stupid.
Yeah.
Overseas it's actually like not bad.
So I looked because when they announced last year when they announced Miami, I was like, there's got to be like a first year like ticket prices are crazy, whatever. And I looked and I was like, well, if I can fly there, like I get the price of the flight, but like just being there and the experience of it all is way cheaper there than it is here. And how does that work out? I mean, I wonder what Montreal costs.
Oh, I'm going to Montreal.
You're going to Montreal?
Going to Montreal. Sick. I'm going for my boy's bachelor.
You go
boy.
to F1.
Yes.
That's Albert.
I know
That's
what
the bad
street
part.
you guys are going to, I'm sure. I forgot the name of it.
St. Catherine's.
Don't worry, I
So
got it
there
in
we
my
go.
notes.
Yeah, you got
It's St. Catherine's Street.
That's cool. That's really, really cool.
But the tickets for that were like mid fives for some.
Woo!
Yeah.
So it ain't cheap.
Montreal's a good race, though.
It is.
That's a
Yes,
good race.
it's actually a good race.
Tell you what, it's cheaper than Taylor Swift tickets.
Oh my god,
T Swift, baby.
not even worth it.
Dude.
Oh my God, Taylor Swift, dude. I get to my
I didn't know this was a touchy
How old are your
subject.
kids, Chuck?
4 and 7.
Oh,
They
you're
don't.
all right. You're out.
They don't know anything about that stuff.
Okay, good.
No, I'm broken because I got to I had a gig Saturday night.
Yep.
And I got there early, but someone was supposed to open for me. I was going to get them acquainted with my gear, and I
T
walk
Swift.
in,
She was there.
and it's a fucking Taylor Swift party.
Oh, yeah.
Oh wow.
It's just people dancing and singing along the Taylor Swift. It was
I
literally
would have climbed up to the roof and jumped off,
dude, out of my fucking nightmares.
like
and-
head first, like I'm diving.
Dude,
into
when
a
I
pool.
started playing this, I got there at like 9. When I started playing at 10, the amount of sass I got from these Taylor Swift fans is
They're like, what is this?
it's a different podcast.
What is
you know
this?
what I mean?
Yeah.
I get banned from YouTube if I talk about what I think
Did
about
you
these
see?
women.
Did you see the recent? There was a.
I don't know anything about Taylor Swift.
Oh no, there,
She
but
had
there
a house
was
in Westerly.
there's a post of a Taylor Swift concert being let out, and like it was looked like a subway in New York or whatever. I don't know if she played, whatever. But the wave of just like Swifties.
Yeah.
Dude, they're trying to get me to do Taylor. I can't even identify a Taylor Swift song.
Nope.
It's just like you ladies don't understand. I'm like, I didn't. Yeah,
Look, this is not my bag.
I
ladies.
don't have TV.
Yeah. But it's wild in the streets.
Terrible. What terrible people.
Let's see. Let's see. The Grand Tour returns
Oh, I saw this.
June 16th with new special through Central Europe. The three will be driving a Chevy SSR,
Yeah.
You know who's driving the Chevy SSR.
Yep.
Oh my God.
100%.
a
Top 5 worst car ever made.
Mitsuoku Le Sade, and a Crosley convertible. I mean, just from
Doesn't
the image,
Crosley make record players?
They make record players and cars.
at least one car. The thumbnail, if you will, looks great, and I'm sure the boys are back and going to make us laugh as usual. Let's see. Let me close that one out. Corey, do you want to do the Honda one?
Yeah, because I got so much flack for it when I brought it up. So, Honda, 75 years, new S2000, electric, unfortunately. However, listen, this has been broken by multiple news outlets now.
No.
Multiple news outlets have now broken this. Mind you, weeks ago, your boy hit you, and I got a lot of flack for it. I did, and I get it, rightfully so. It was a little early. I was rolling the dice. I gambled. I won.
Yep.
He gambles, he wins.
Yeah. And this comes straight from the Drive, who is obviously we talk is a trusted source for
I'd
us.
say so. I'd say so.
Both inside and on user facing stuff. So I mean, it does look like it's going to be electric. I mean, if you were to not think it was going to be electric, kind of crazy to think that. But
At the very least, so there's potentially going to be 2 sports models introduced. So there is potential for a combination of one EV, one hybrid, or potentially both full EVs.
yeah,
At the very least, if it's an S2000, update, we can hope it's the hybrid version. which
the
would
way
be
the way I
It's
saw it
not
was
gonna
kind of
happen.
like and because I don't think it's going to use the S2000 name, so I don't know. It'd
Yeah,
be
why would
interesting.
they use it?
No, it could just be S2000 successor.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That type
S2000
of
successor.
flagship.
Honda's not the guy that uses the old car names. It'd
Let's
be
see,
like an
is this
S3000 or
yeah.
something.
But
It's not the American guys that just keep on releasing the same name car.
So
every
no,
decade.
I don't see any dates or releases or anything like that.
all we know is that this year is Honda's 75th year,
Mhm.
and it's going to come out
Before the end of this year.
before the end of this year. But
It's going to come out before the end of this year.
yes,
Yeah.
but they will
That's
not
crazy.
be on the roads till 2030.
Wow.
Oh wow,
Wow.
that's a
So this is
stretch.
kind of like
Because their first
with
car wasn't their first car also like a sporty roadster, right? The S6
S600.
Yeah,
And that one was
awesome fucking
like
cars.
to start with that.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
And then you're gonna round it out with
So, yeah, it's interesting. It looks like they confirmed 30 EVs all debuting by 2030. Apparently, we're supposed to know more about this one by the end of this year.
you know what?
So,
Yeah.
because for the 50th anniversary, they did the S2000. So now for 75 years, I think it seems like they're going to be bringing it back.
See, stuff
Yeah.
like that reinforces why I like Mazda. Because they're still working on the internal combustion. They just released a straight 6. Like
Yeah.
they're like there's a lot of meat left on the table.
Not all hope is lost.
Yeah.
You know what I really, really like, no shame? The Mazda 3 hatch.
I love that car.
You can get it in all-wheel drive.
Turbo.
It's 2-liter turbo.
And it's like 250, 260 horsepower.
Yeah. Really small.
Yep.
It's really, really
yeah.
small.
They look good. The interiors
They do
of those
look
cars
good.
are really nice.
Are they?
They are really nice.
Can't say I've ever been in one.
Mazda.
Walked around one, looked at it.
If I'm
I
gonna
like
get
the
a
way it
Japanese
looks.
car, I'm getting a Mazda.
Get a Mazda.
Or a CTR that has the seat fixed.
Or a CTR that's C-Fix. It seems like CTR is at an all-time premium right now because of all the shenanigans going on.
It's odd because there's a really good FK. What are they? FK8s, right?
the last year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or there's current. No, what's this current?
Current
one?
one.
Current one's an FK8.
I can't remember. Whatever it is, it's a really good
I
Type
think
R
it's an
page
FK8.
on Reddit. And there's one particular dude that's been following one dealership.
FK8's last generation.
Okay.
FK9?
So this is brand new Civic Type R. There's one particular dude who's been following a dealership that had two of these cars, one in championship white and the other in that gray color. About 2 months ago, they started with $25,000 or $30,000 above MSP markup, and they were listed for like 90 grand. They're down to 60 now.
FL5 is the new one.
FL5.
Okay, FL5.
There's a used one that keeps
Of course.
popping up.
Of course.
Yeah, as if that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, it's,
yeah,
listen, it's like
perfect.
BMW going from E to F to G.
But at least that makes sense because you had the F80, then you had the G80.
Well, why didn't they?
'Cause they have
the
the
E
eight-
started at like the
So
twos.
here's the thing, Corey. They have
Lay it out for me.
85 million other types of BMWs.
Yeah.
That take up all the other spots. They
Oh,
cruise
the letters.
They
the
made a
numbers?
lot.
Yeah.
So now it's just like, oh, well, we have to go an entire letter now with each
Yeah,
new
we're
360.
spanning the alphabet now.
Yeah, I don't. There's still a few near me that are for sale, used, under 5,000 miles on them for like 60, which is crazy,
Yeah.
That's crazy.
crazy,
yeah.
crazy. Money's not cheap anymore.
Nope.
Nope.
Or money's not worth anything anymore.
Nope.
Correct.
Yeah,
Well, both those things are an issue.
Yeah.
yeah, and the thing is like it's not really, people aren't there clamoring to buy anymore.
Right.
It's like that's really cooled off.
No, I
so,
saw an article I didn't really get into about how people are holding cars for longer than ever and
Yeah.
planning to do so.
repelled by
That's
high car prices,
That's
which
one
has
thing
been
we
my
talked
thing.
about the other day at FC Piero. We're like, people are now holding on to their cars more. And
Good for
we're in-
business.
we're
It's
in
good for-
position
right,
to-
right.
We're in position
Exactly.
to do very well in the next few years. So,
Yeah.
I mean,
Because people are going to be like, listen, I got to maintain this vehicle, keep it on the road. I mean, that's been the story of my one series for the past, I don't know how many years I've been talking about. Really, it kind of started with the Maverick, where they're like, I really got serious about buying a new car. And then
Yeah.
when that came out and it was impossible to buy, I was like, well, this doesn't make any sense. And I'm just going to keep driving this thing because it's great.
yeah,
You know.
it works
Yeah,
now,
the-
and it
that-
will work later if I just
Yeah.
keep putting some simple time into it.
Yeah.
That
Keep fighting.
that budget has seemingly gone up to keep it rolling. Like, I'd never spend 5,000. I'd just replace the car. Well, now,
That
It's not a bad
5,000 will
idea.
put
Yeah.
me in a nice car for another few years. So why the hell
right,
not?
something I like, and I don't have a payment, whatever it is.
Yeah,
But yeah, it makes sense.
At least for that 5,000, you know what you're buying too.
exactly.
Yeah.
You already know what you're getting into.
Yeah.
'cause
Or
you
not what you're buying, but you know what you're going to be
You're gonna
having.
have
Yeah.
it. Right.
Yes.
Right. My last bit of news here. Report from Jalopnik. China owns every aspect of EV production. The New York Times outlines how China controls EV production from mine to manufacturing. We all know the United States' recent issues with balloons in China, but this just further shows the dare I say, in my opinion, very unrealistic expectation of our government and local governments to, hit these projections when you're currently at a, what's the term? Not a proxy war. Are we at proxy war with China? Is that
We're in a
considered?
proxy war with Russia.
Okay, proxy war with Russia.
We're approaching a war with China.
Okay, so,
Preparing for it.
these economic sad
Listen,
times.
baby, we're going to electric only in 2030. I won't be in office.
Yeah,
That's how
yeah.
these promises always work.
Again, same thing.
That's future Chuck's problem.
Because
And now I am
future
future
government,
Chuck.
right?
Yeah.
Future government predicted or predicted. That's that might be a better term. A lot of these local governments want 2035 or 2030 to outlaw gas cars and all that sort of stuff. But again, seemingly a lot of the production aspects of these EVs are being controlled by a company that we may soon be at at conflict with.
That we're gunning to have a conflict with.
Yeah.
Keep that gravy train flowing.
And we seem eager.
So a recent report from New York Times outlines how China controls a significant portion of the world's minerals and means needed to produce electric cars. China's ownership of mining operations overseas, like cobalt mines in Congo, nickel mines in Indonesia, allows the country to have a steady supply of minerals and control the market entirely. China has also created a vertically integrated apparatus for manufacturing electrical vehicles. That's interesting. The country refines 67% of the world's lithium. It also is the leading battery and battery component producer on the planet, responsible for 92% of anodes, 77% of cathodes, and 66% of battery cells. The ability to scale quickly has been largely due to the lower labor costs and having a considerable amount of domestic factory equipment manufacturers. Currently producing 54% of the world's electric cars, there's little doubt that China will retain its majority share of the industry for the foreseeable future. Won't retain its majority share of the industry for the foreseeable future.
Sounds like some of those countries with mines could use a little democracy. Maybe we could spread some over there.
Freedom fries.
Yeah, take control, you know? Sound like they're low on democracy. We got something to offer.
Right.
We got some new guys in there.
I got one last quick thing to throw in there. We talked about this when Ted Wood was on last time. A YouTuber pleads guilty to purposely crashing a plane for views.
Dude, that guy
Up to 20. You didn't hear about this?
This was one of, I still can't believe.
Up to 20 years in prison.
Ted Wood called this all live on the air as we just found out the infancy of the story.
Yeah, he broke down the entire thing.
Yeah.
Intent to obstruct a federal investigation is, I guess, the beginning of his problem. But yeah, he's gonna be in some trouble.
Yeah, I mean, the guy had a parachute on and cameras pointed at the door of the plane he got out of.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't real fucking Sherlock Holmes stuff going on over there.
Yeah.
Right. Dare I say it was premeditated.
This wasn't a big first 48. You know
Yeah,
what
I don't think. And he released that video and the YouTube commenters figured it out. So
Yeah.
that doesn't say a lot.
Even Ted Wood
I
here.
don't hold anybody in high regard from the government, but come on, that's
Yeah.
pretty easy to figure out.
Ted Wood here, as we were breaking down the story, and he's like, well, did he do this? Did he do this? Did he do this? All stuff that he said, yeah, he could have done in order to avoid just fucking, you know what? Plane's not running. I'm out.
Just biffing it into the mountain.
Yeah, let me just crash this right here.
Once again, if you crash a plane in the desert, just don't record it. You'll be fine.
Shit like that is why I've fallen out of following influencers.
Yeah, yeah.
heavy.
Right. It's just
they look like sometimes I always say I'm like, damn, if the internet didn't exist, there'd be a lot less dumb shit happening.
oh my God.
Yeah, you
like
just
that.
wouldn't know about it.
Yeah,
It's the best.
That's it. Well, not even that. It just would be less.
Yeah, right. There'd be no reason to do
it
it.
wouldn't
less.
create this right. The internet
It's
creates
the-
the dumb shit for itself,
Correct.
essentially.
Yeah, just so it can get the views and get the money.
Yeah. I seen a thing.
I mean, crashing an airplane on purpose it's like a federal offense. That's a bad move.
Yes.
Yeah. There's the
I mean,
FAA
he knows
and-
now.
Yeah,
knows
or
that,
at least he will in 20 years.
Yep.
Might take a little time.
Yeah, it's crazy. Just as a reminder, we are $17 away from hitting the $100 mark and giving away some free cleaning of some injectors. So,
Ooh, free personal injector cleaning.
yeah.
Off topic article. I didn't read the whole thing, so I'm probably gonna muck it up. But
There you
there
go.
was an article I read about AI potentially creating content that humans will consume.
What do you mean? I'm sure it already does.
It probably
It
does,
definitely
but
does.
it said it won't know. Like, it just broke down a whole thing of oh yeah, humans could be gone for 200 plus years and it would still just be creating content. So think of that, a world where no humans are there and it's just still
That'd be a
creating
really
content.
good book.
Just wild concept, just like
Yeah, it just
brain
keeps
melting
going up.
type thing. Yeah.
Why are the ratings so bad? I don't know. Make the content better.
That's exactly it. Exactly. It wouldn't understand that nobody's there
Well, there's a
watching.
big writer strike now, right? All these guys slamming Chat GPT, making a new episode of Friends, and it's like, it ain't gonna work.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
I don't even know how that whole thing works. I'm not going to get into it now.
I've been adamant about not messing with it.
I haven't
Everybody
at
in the
all.
office is,
no, I don't play with that.
We've literally had somebody at FC Puro they're like, yo, you need to make a business plan. We're like, hey, let me see what Chat GPT gives me for this business plan. Like, and it spits out something that actually is very good.
So
And you're like sitting there and you're just like,
my
what's the point?
Have I
my
been
very
updated?
my very Neanderthal understanding of it is that it's basically a search engine on steroids that combines the search is what it looks for. And, you can do that. It basically plagiarizes everything, but changes it just enough
to work.
to work. And it does that with images. It can do that with videos. And obviously, I think the leader of the pack or the leader of the clubhouse of its abilities is text because there's so much text out there.
Yep.
But that's what it does. So the caveat to that is whether that information is right, wrong, indifferent, dumb, smart, or stupid, it can take it and it can't. It's not right. There's no guarantee it's correct,
Yep.
which is
My buddy
very
Jacob,
scary.
My buddy Jacob had ChatGPT write a story about me going excessively fast in an E46 M3. And it wrote the most morbid story I've ever read in my
Jesus.
life because the ending was literally me dying.
Oh my god,
Oh my
dude!
god.
And I was like,
Whoa.
wow, this is deep.
Fuck
But
this
also,
AI.
What the fuck?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, but if it keeps making up stuff, right? Yeah, but it scans the internet for what it should write. So if it scans
Exactly.
and writes enough, it's just going to be copying itself,
exactly.
Yep.
Yeah,
and then the world will end.
Is it possible to reach the end
of the internet.
Is
of creation?
Yeah, we're all gonna at some
Artificial
point.
creation. No, like artificial
Oh
creation.
no.
I don't know. We're only on version 4. 5's coming out. We'll see how far it'll go.
Yeah, I don't know, man. The crazy, crazy, crazy world we live in right now. But yeah, I'm with you. I haven't messed with it at all. I know there was a big trend for a while. People put their faces in there to get all the AI generated like
I
images
feel like
and
such
stuff.
a boomer because I'm so against it.
No,
Nah, man.
Hell no.
Yeah, we're the last.
I'm
of
gonna
the-
die on this hill.
Me
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
I mean, apparently I died per ChatGPT. So shit.
That's messed up.
Told you of your.
Well,
That's just
AI
how it's going to
demise.
kill you. You know.
Yeah,
you got any more news over there?
Me, I'm fresh out, but
Fresh out, perfect.
it's
Yeah.
all still Anna's had for me.
Yeah.
That's it. I'm
figure
trying to
we'll
talk-
end on a positive note of the Chat GPT, whatever. Jade is here, as everybody knows. He's been participating, hanging out with us, but now it is time to talk to him about what's been going on in his world. I know he's been driving a handful of different cars, doing some traveling, and of course, busting his ass for FTP Euro. So, so you've been doing some traveling recently. Let me think. One of the last things I think I've seen or really paid attention to, you were at Wookiees in the Woods not too
Yes,
long ago, a couple
yes.
weeks ago.
That was awesome.
Was it? Was that your first time going to it?
That was my first time at the Dragon, and first time Wookiees in the Woods. Obviously,
Yeah.
kind of tied together in that regard. Anyways, since many of you may know Jamie Orr.
Yep.
Huge Volkswagen, Audi influencer around the world, and fortunate to work with him very closely at FCP Euro. As part of my job, I kind of manage partnership relations and whatnot, and he's one of our more active kind of partners and people we work with just regular on the day to day.
Yeah.
And so I directly manage our relationship with him, which means him and I have become pretty good friends. So he let me take down his Mark IV R32, whereas he drove down a old APR build that he just bought, which is the APR Max R. Mark
he
6
bought
stall.
that?
He bought that.
Oh,
That's his personal car.
Very cool car.
Yes, insane car. So back in 2012 for SEMA, APR took a Mark 6 Golf R and they built it into what their vision of a maximum performance APR car would be. So in the end, they took the manual and actually swapped it to a DSG because of how wild they made the engine. And so the gearbox actually kept up with the engine better. The DSG just was better suited to it. And I actually agree with that. So they took the engine and threw everything APR had at the time at the engine. In the end, it made 475 horsepower to all four wheels, which is sick in a little tiny hatchback.
Yeah, I was saying it's
They
not a big
made
car.
their own. They upgraded differentials, made like their own kind of switchable holodeck system. So it has like a street, a track, and like a comfort mode.
I like the little button system they got going on in there
This
too.
is it,
Yeah.
right?
It's sick. That's exactly it.
Yeah.
Originally, it was in partnership with BF Goodrich. It also helped kind of show off like their tire technology at the time, BF Goodrich's. And then that partnership ended with BF Goodrich. So they actually literally took that stuff off the car, but it looks pretty much the same. And has that, all the performance stuff I talked about, that custom wide body kit, the spoiler, like all this crazy stuff. So is that my little cute little Mark IV R that was completely rebuilt using all FCP Euro parts, like engine out rebuild, factory fresh, pretty much under the skin. Sick car. And it also has some Tectonics tuning cams in the VR6. It just made it like a perfect little street car, and it had the flap mod. So it had a little bit more
Little
rubbiness
flapper,
from
yeah,
the
A little more Wookiee.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then we also brought up from APR was Jamie's Atlas with
The
VR6,
Harlequin one?
the Harlequin Atlas. So it was a nice little trio of cars down there at Wookiees, and the road was awesome. Wookiees is an insane show. It is so cool. There was like one of the biggest turnouts ever. I think this was the biggest turnout. There was at least like 200 to 300 cars down there.
Wow.
It was a lot. It was sick. And it was just an awesome time. I drove down to Jamie's shop in PA, drove from PA down to the Dragon. So this is like 14 hours, 15 hours of driving. And then I just drove down there to drive some more, essentially. Then,
Right, because it was just
Well,
enjoying.
because you got to it.
yeah. Literally just to get to the place that I wanted to drive, I drove a ton of. And so basically, it's just a driving event. There's not like, you don't really set up like a vendor area or anything like that. You just drive. You go down there and hang out with people, chill out in the area, and just drive the roads. Even if you're not on the Dragon, all the roads that are adjacent to it are absolutely just beautiful and fun as shit.
Yep.
So it just was a great place to be. And as usual, there are a lot of BMWs crashing the show. Like, not crashing, but like showing up and, you know, trying to enjoy it as well. But like, just people just hanging out. You know, whoever's there is there, and they're all kind of enjoying it together.
Yep.
So they've opened it up. At first, it was just Mark IV Rs or VR6 cars. Now it's just Rs in general. And one of the really funny moments that I won't forget from the weekend is they have this thing called the Sound Off, and it's in the baseball field at Fontana Village, which is like the little resort area down there. And so the Sound Off, all the Mark IVs or all the VR6 cars kind of rev together, and like, this is a real cool thing. And then they're like, all right, this is the first year we're doing it. We're having a sound off for the other Rs. And so it's like all the 4-cylinder 2.0 T cars. They're just like, vroom, vroom, and they all got their crackle tunes. Yeah. And so it's like the juxtaposition between like the hardy, like real throaty, wookie noises, and these things sound awesome. And then it's like the 4-cylinder cars, and they're like, yeah, we want to party too.
Hey, we're here too. Yeah,
Like, but the thing is, fun. All the 4-cylinder cars would absolutely walk little V.
Right. It's just yeah.
So it was just like a funny juxtaposition. So that was an awesome show to be at.
Yep. It was just the two of you and Jamie, essentially.
Me and Jamie, we met up with a few friends from Volkswagen of America.
Yep.
Sean Maynard, who some of you may know, used to work at Volkswagen of America, now works at Wheel Pros.
Yes. I say this meaning it positively. I was unfortunately following his events as he moved.
Yeah. Yes.
Because he has
he had the worst luck.
Golf sport wagon
Was stolen.
From his U-Haul.
And his U-Haul was broken into.
Like as he's moving from
Virginia to Colorado.
Yeah. Literally on the trip.
Like, Sean has a beautiful golf sport wagon.
Yeah.
Really cool car. And then somebody stole the car, and I think they broke into his U-Haul or something.
Did he get it
Stole
back?
He did actually. It was I would say off the top of my head, it was about a 3 or 4 day ordeal.
Yeah.
The internet helped. The internet helped. It was spotted. The car was physically spotted, I think, with the same license plate on it or something. It was identified. And then local authorities were called, and I think he was close enough to where he got to it. He might have even got to it before the police did. Yeah. But it was one of those scenarios where he got the car back. Some of his belongings that were in the car he got back, but then there's still a handful of other things that he unfortunately, I don't know if he did or not, but that were still missing at the time.
But Sean was the shit that weekend. He's the shit usually, but that weekend he was even more so, because every day he got up and he cooked like 2 or 3 meals for us.
Oh man,
He was literally we went to the grocery store before the show and we got a bunch. He had a list, like an expansive list of stuff he wanted to get for the house.
Yep.
And so every day he got up, he cooked his breakfast, he cooked his like 2 dinners. He was so hanging out with him, Megan Brooke, who some of you guys may know.
We've had her on the show.
Megan Brooke on Instagram, Megan Closet. Yeah, so also a really great person. So it was just like a lot of cool vibes, good people, and great cars that whole weekend.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
What other traveling have you been doing? I know you've been
Grid
doing
Life.
some with the E46.
Yeah, so I took the M3 up to Watkins Glen for a weekend with, we went to Grid Life at Watkins Glen. FCPR is a partner of Grid Life, if many of you guys know Grid Life on the show.
Oh, yeah.
So we've been partnered with them this is our 3rd year in a row now. And they're just an awesome organization. They're such good people to work with. And so we brought 2 of our builds up for the first time to hit the track in a big way. Before they had just been on the proving ground. So this is the first big track they went on. So if any of you guys follow FC Puro, you may know the 850 project. This is our Volvo 850 wagon that was built as basically a BTCC inspiration car. So it's not a full replica of the BTCC car, more so just inspired by it.
I'd say it sounds better.
Yeah, and it sounds crazy.
Yeah.
So a couple things that were on the car, the 850 project. It has custom 5-to-1 headers that were built in shop at FCPRO by this dude who builds kind of a lot of, he's like an OG in the Volvo game. He's built a lot of like downpipes and exhaust systems and stuff like that. 88 Fab is his company. And he built 5-to-1 headers that go into a Lamborghini Gallardo collector. and straight pipe out the back with a tip on the tip of the exhaust is a catalytic converter.
There we go.
And it just glows red and it shoots like these long flames out the back. It's
Yeah.
sick. And then at the front of the motor, there is a custom ITB setup using one bank of a BMW S85's V10 ITBs. So then we hired this dude, Alex Nelson, who some of you may know is Gallivantery on Instagram.
We've been talking about him a bunch.
Yeah, actually, he just moved up here.
Yep.
So we're letting him get settled in. We got to reach back out to him, but he's going to come hang out with us at some point. Yeah.
So Alex is a crazy mastermind of a dude who I just found out is also younger than me. He's like 25 or something like that.
It's tough to find out.
Yeah, it's crazy. He's like worked
Tough
with
to
like
find out.
Eventuri and like all these other
He's
companies.
super
he's
brilliant.
Insanely good
Yeah.
at what he does.
Yeah.
So the fact that I go into work every day and I'm like, yo, what the fuck is that? He's like 3D scanning stuff. And I'm like,
Right,
this
right.
is
Just
sick.
it's almost like the equivalent of like a mad scientist Einstein of this stuff in the
Exactly.
automotive world.
A question for you:
Yeah.
the 850 Project 2.
Yeah, this is the second season.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I was like, did you build another one and I missed it?
No, it's
No.
just the second season.
Second
of it.
season. Okay. All right. No, I
So
understand it now.
Basically, the entirety of the first season was building the car up to go to the FCPO proving grounds and
Yeah.
like set like some laps. So
Yeah.
and then the second season is refining the car continually.
Yeah.
And so we play on this video game trope, where it's like pulled straight from Gran Turismo, pretty much, where you like when you're choosing it's like you're choosing your track in Gran Turismo. So your home base is always FCP Euro, of course.
Yep.
And then your main two locations you're going to are the shop CT, where we download the car after we do a lot of the modifications, and the other location is Lime Rock Park, where we go to the FCP Euro proving grounds. And so as
You have
you
a
are-
spinning car wash.
we do not yet have a spinning car wash. That I don't know why I forgot about that portion of the game, and I was watching this one Instagram account that I follow, and they were, oh man, it was so cool.
Oh yeah, it's such
such a stupid little thing if
Yep.
you think about it, but it's so.
it was one of those things where I would wash my Bayside Blue R34,
Yeah,
Pick up
and
that 5
just
horse.
spin it right, and gain the 5 horsepower. I do it all the time. Be so good.
it's so satisfying.
Yeah,
But like if you look at that little graphic right here,
yeah,
we make it so that you can you click through all of these different pieces, and so like you can go into engine. You can't do it here, but like
yeah.
you can go into engine. You can once you click into engine, you can do different types of upgrades. You can do
Yep.
intake, and then when you go to intake, it goes to ITBs. And so like that's how we would start the ITB part of the ITB episode,
Yeah.
which is going to be dropping tomorrow.
Ah, that's awesome.
Actually, so
It's
if you
super
got-
creative.
Yeah,
it's really cool.
interactive.
Extremely good concept, and yeah, that's one of them. And then the other one is the Golden Era project, which is a Mercedes-Benz 190E, really kind of grandma spec car that we took and built it into this absolutely insane kind of reimagining of the golden era of touring car racing. But instead of the crazy motorsport spec engine that Mercedes-Benz built, there was like an NA25 at one point. We did I think it might be a one-of-one swap, like in the world. We don't know what some crazy dude in Latvia has done.
Yeah, but as far
like,
as what you guys can
As
reach,
far as what we can see on the internet, it might be a one-of-one swap. So it is a M133 4-cylinder engine from the AMG A45, GLA 45, CLA 45, etc. When it came out, it was the highest output 2-liter 4-cylinder in a production car.
wow. Yeah, we've talked about
They backed off the horsepower in it like the second year. The first year had so much horsepower, they were like, ah.
Yeah, and it was up to 415 horsepower.
Yeah, it gets something.
we talked about it on
crazy.
here because we were like, what is Mercedes doing over there?
Right.
So if you see the stock turbo on this car, like when we pop the engine at places, a lot of people, they look at it and they're like, did you guys upgrade the turbo? And we're like, no, this is just
like-
the stock fucking
Comes with the big boy.
massive
Yeah.
turbo from Mercedes-Benz. And that's how you
So
get a
cool.
4-cylinder to make
Yeah.
415 horsepower.
Yeah,
Now-
just give it
And
good
now
gas.
the new one makes their new version of this engine makes over 460 horsepower
460?
and a little 2.0 T.
And is it like a hybrid powertrain?
So
or?
that is in the new C63.
Okay. Oh,
And
okay.
It's a
yeah.
hybrid
Yep.
with over 700 horsepower, but
Yeah,
it's
wow.
still not the fastest in its class because it weighs almost 5,000 pounds. So
Yeah.
they kind of failed at that point, but that's another story.
Yeah, this is just, I mean, the body, having like that Evo 2 style kit on it. I
Yep.
mean, It's just
And
such a beautiful.
I was just gonna say
beautiful car.
it looks absolutely phenomenal.
And then now there's different wheels on it. We did rotorform wheels. The car's always had rotorforms on it.
Yep.
We had some 19s on that were kind of placeholders while rotorform was making the wheels that we have now on the car.
Are these
They're
the gold guys with the
yeah,
placeholders?
Yeah. And so those are the placeholder wheels.
Yeah.
You could see they're kind of like massive.
Yeah, they're
Yeah,
big
yeah.
for it, but that's kind of
And so- but that's the
touring
era,
car
yeah.
style. Yeah.
And so those are the rotorform 6.
Yeah.
Now we have 18-inch rotorform, like not multi-spoke. They're like the turbofan-esque kind of wheels. And we actually did Alex, of course. One of the first things he did was print a nice kind of turbofan design on the wheel with like FCP and rotorform.
Yeah.
So those are awesome. We didn't put those new photos up yet, but took those out to their first real track day at Watkins Glen.
Yeah.
So we went from the little track at Lime Rock Park to one of the biggest of big tracks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
In the country, there's
in the-
like
literally
big
in the
boy
country.
stuff.
Yeah, high commitment, high speed.
Yeah.
Not much runoff. It's just wall.
Yep.
So that actually, for as far as the 850 goes, the main character in that series is Jacob. If you guys are subscribed to FC Puro's emails, every like marketing email you get is from Jacob.
It's from
Yep.
Jacob.
So that's like his main role. He's the email guy. So this was his first real track day. He's done like autocross and things like that and a bunch of proving ground laps, but he hasn't done a real track day. So Watkins Glen in this build that we did in the rain.
You just
also,
throw him into the deep end.
Yeah.
was his first real track day. So Jacob was he's not going to go for the gusto right from the jump. He's
Yep.
going to learn the
Refined
ropes
at the very
very
least.
slowly.
Yeah.
And so he was kind of tiptoeing in and getting his feet wet, but he was hype. The car sounded amazing. He looked great out there. Like everything was really good.
Yep.
And then Golden Era actually got third place in the unlimited class because one, it's fast, but two, it was raining, and we were one of the only people to complete our lap on the last session in the top 5 shootout session where they would determine the podium.
Yep.
Because it was like a deluge out, and Nate was like, "I'm just gonna finish the lap."
Right. Right.
Him
Instead
finishing the
of
lap, where a lot of people just went into the pits because like it's too wet.
yep.
So Nate finishing the lap helped earn us a
Yeah.
third place in
That's
Grid Life's
awesome.
unlimited time attack.
Are those rotors the size of the original wheels?
Pretty damn close to it. Those are C63 AMG brakes. A lot of the things this is basically like a parts. The Golden Era car was like a parts bin FCP Euro build.
Yep.
And so we were like, all right, let's go in the warehouse and see what the fuck fits.
What you
How
can
big
make
are the
work.
wheels?
The wheels are 19s. We stepped down to 18s now. Those are the
Did you
places-
back down? You could fit 18s over those?
Yes.
Holy shit!
Yeah. And so I don't know. Dude.
Good lord,
Literally
dude.
insane. And so the steering rack is from an E46 M3.
Of course.
Of course, God's chariot.
Yeah.
The ball joints are from a Mercedes GL. So big boys. Again, brakes are C63 AMG. Garagistic, shout out to them. They make like a cool, like spherical rear control arm kit for those cars, like all the multi-link stuff are
Yep.
all like nice Garagistic parts.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Big
no.
shouts to Garagistic.
Yeah.
They make
They
some
just
really
make
cool
cool
stuff.
shit.
Yeah.
We have Bilstein coilovers on it from a C63 AMG as well. So yeah, it was just like, let's figure out what the hell fits and just make it happen.
That 4-cylinder must be such a wild thing to have in the car.
And it's because there's so much torque.
Yeah, they're crazy.
It's absolutely insane. And so it has right around 400 horsepower. It's on standalone right now on Motec, just to make it work. And we had this dude Karim who we worked with in our IMSA. So Karim is like a mad scientist of Motec and a lot of other like crazy high level tuning stuffs basically. He gets flown around the world by all these big organizations. Like literally at one point he missed that weekend because he was in Italy with Ferrari.
Of course.
Yeah, Ferrari flew him out to
Excuse me.
like do
Yeah.
some software basically.
Pardon me,
Yeah.
Arrivederci.
Yeah. So like Karim knows his shit. He's been around everything and done everything, and he was the guy who basically one of the only people that could tune that car for us. And so like he's also just an awesome dude to hang out with. Comes down from Montreal all the time, brings some bagels and like baked goods and hangs out with us. And yeah.
That's good stuff. So your day to day at FCP, you said that you work a lot on relationships and things like that.
Yeah.
How's that going recently?
So so I mean my position, I'm just in marketing operations, which is extremely wide. It literally can mean something different to every single person. But for FCP Euro, what that means is like I'm in charge of, a lot of our assets. So like those 2 cars, for example, if they're going to an event,
Yep.
I have to figure out how the hell they're getting there. I have to make sure they get there safely. Sometimes I fucking drive them myself.
Driving
Like,
through the donut meat.
Yeah.
You know?
So-
Yeah.
and so like that's just one small piece. And then I manage like the entire garage overall. So like
Yep.
if we had some like if people are coming to check out the space, or we have like ZF in, for example.
Yep.
They're like, hey, ZF's coming next Monday. We got to make sure the garage. So then we do like a whole 5-step plan to make sure the garage is like, pristine and
Clean and yeah.
So what we'll do is like we'll strategically place things in the garage, for example. So like the 850 project, we had a big meeting the other day, a big tour. We had it hood open. We put one of the studio lights over it, and just like backlit it nice and soft, and
Yep.
like, stage the other cars around and just make it like look cool. So like there's little things like that go into it that I may have to have some part in. And then past that, it's a lot of like vendor relationships. So right now, this is kind of like really kind of tedious, boring stuff. But like we have this system called Fibery. It's like one of those kind of like work management systems, right?
Yep.
So the entire marketing team manages all of our work out of it. And the freaking name Fibery, the name for all these programs are all so ridiculous. Like, what is a Fibery?
Right.
Yeah. And it's this team out in Poland that made this thing, which is a really cool system. But like,
Ask them about the energy drinks.
yeah.
Next time you talk to them. Yeah.
And so like I'm in there making an entire partnership tracker for everything from like our, $250,000 plus deals with Lime Rock Park and Liqui Moly down to like our technical partnerships with CSF for some of our builds that are they're only worth, a few grand or so. But like I have to figure out all these things and put the deliverables.
I was going to say
together for all
this,
of them.
the scale and deliverables and what needs to be done for that
And
work
so-
order, if you will.
And so if we have a quarterly call with Liqui Moly and they're like, hey, we've done this investment and we're expecting these things to be crossed off the list. What have you guys done?
Yep.
We can then like go into there and like shit out like a read-only thing that shows every single thing that's happened in that last time period since we last talked.
Yeah.
Right. So like it's very tedious. Honestly, somewhat kind of boring, but like it's extremely
No, that's-
important.
to
It's
be,
like,
I was going to say that sets you apart from a lot of, again, it's not the same. It's not apples to apples, but like influencers where I hear constantly of some people not holding their end of the bargain for certain things, whether it's parts or deals, whatever. And it's just like, no, that shows that you guys can do it, prove that you can do it. And here's, everything we have done since in the past 6 months.
and so like there's a company, Scheffler. They're like a ZF in that a lot of people don't know most of the parts they're buying from their car comes from this company.
I can picture their logo.
Yeah,
It's got an oval, right?
Yeah. Well, no,
And-
Scheffler is. I think you might be thinking Corteco. Because it
Okay.
has the oval around
Yeah.
the
Oval
name.
with their name in it. Yeah. Okay.
So Scheffler is like white and green. They're
Yep.
the colors. They're on the side of the Golden Era car, and so they've actually been involved as far as like sponsoring touring car since like that time period. They've been around for forever. And so if you've ever installed a Luke clutch, LUK, like a yellow, they're like OE for a lot of BMW clutches. Luke is one of their brands. INA, like all the tensioners and pulleys that a lot of these German cars use, that's another one of their brands. And then FAG, the wheel bearings,
Yeah.
Yep.
that's another one of their brands.
Yep.
And so like
I got one sitting right out there. Right now.
exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
So like they have a lot of parts on your cars that you have no idea are Scheffler. And so we started working with them directly on the Golden Era project as marketing their brand.
Yep.
And a lot of these brands, we've realized, like a lot of these ZFs or Schefflers or whatever out in Germany, they don't usually get that sort of, I guess, maybe attention, for lack of a better term, that we'll give them, or like the amount of updates we'll give them about the work we're doing for them.
Yep.
They don't usually get that, so they don't usually expect that. And so when they get that from us, it's like a happy surprise. They're like, holy
What
shit,
is
like,
this?
you guys are really on top of this stuff.
Like
Right.
you Americans over there,
Yeah.
really.
Yeah, you guys are really, because like this is how we're providing the value to the work that we're showing. Like,
Yeah.
you
Yeah. But
gave us-
again, you prove your worth. You know, hold your end of the bargain.
exactly. And so it's so interesting kind of hearing their perspective on a lot of these things. When
Right.
we have these calls with them, we give them these really intricate details of how we've held our end of the bargain.
Yeah. And,
And-
you have analytics to show that as well, whether it be the YouTube, whatever it might be, which I'm sure they take. Oh, wow. You mean you put
like-
this in front of how many people?
And we won't usually fluff it as far as like, for example, we had a big miss with the Golden Era project where it wasn't done on time.
Yep.
And it wasn't anywhere near done on time. And so we're like, okay, the car is not going to be done on time, but our promises as far as maybe views or engagements and such for the brand, we can still achieve that part.
Yep.
And so we then shifted our focus, and then we shifted their expectations, said, hey, we're only going to have the car X amount of done. It was a roller, but didn't have the engine, it didn't start, it didn't drive, whatever it may be. We made it presentable. We got it wrapped. We got it rolling around. We got it to the places it needed to be. It just didn't perform as well.
Yeah.
We got the series going on time. That end of the bargain was still held up. But the actual one main deliverable, the physical car, wasn't done. So we said, okay, how can we shift the narrative here for them and still kind of achieve the goal? Once we did that and kind of reset their expectations on both ends, they were blown out of the park. They were still extremely ecstatic.
Yeah.
And so it's like, all right, well, one part of it is just be truthful. Like
Right.
And this is what's happening.
It's cars. Unfortunately, things happen.
Yeah. We're just like a 1-of-1 build. We're figuring shit out. So there's a lot that one-to-one relationship management is so important. And also just being real people, and we're business to business, but there's a lot of people behind businesses.
Right.
And
You
so,
you can just like us.
Yeah.
Hell, like we met because of just me shooting some stuff there. Not necessarily a business transaction, but but we're friends because of you're a great person and just general car persons. It's just naturally developing those relationships.
Yeah. So let's connect the people to the people. We'll worry about that end, and then the business part will figure itself out.
Yep.
As long as we're figuring out a way to hold up our end of the bargain in some way, shape, or form. So that's a lot of what's kind of built into my role now as well. And then I also still manage a lot of like the kind of day-to-day social media stuff and things like that. It's pretty multifaceted.
Yeah.
And it just involves like every single part of marketing.
Yeah.
I have some say or some hand in how it works.
Which is awesome. And it's again, to see you kind of grow into that role and further develop it over the past, I think, 5+ years, I think we've probably known each other, is really cool. And you've gotten to see some cool things, which I know, some of this stuff, what I'm going to mention, you can kind of skip around if you want to. But you, I believe, got to watch and be part of and see Electricana be filmed.
That was, especially now, so it was special in the moment.
Yep.
But now more so than ever, of course, unfortunately, Ken's no longer with us. It's even more special now. And I mean, I'll never forget standing inside a casino. They had this custom platform built for him to drive inside. I was standing there, just some regular folks that were there gambling. And a car comes in, does 3 donuts, and then drives out. And there's plumes of smoke filling that bottom floor of the casino. Yeah. And people are just there. They're like, what the fuck just happened?
Dude, that's amazing.
To be fair, it's like the least weird thing that happens in Vegas. Yeah.
I mean, everybody was wearing clothes, so it was pretty normal.
Like everybody was absolutely blown away.
It's crazy.
So kind of later in that, we got to meet Ken.
Yep.
And it was very quick because he was kind of in between scenes, just cooling off. The car was charging, what have you. And we met him at a point where he was probably the most frustrated he'd been because the car was just very foreign to him.
Yeah.
Ken's used to driving these cars. I think inherently, an electric car is going to behave differently.
Yeah.
Especially when you're doing the type of stuff Ken needs it to do. So like when you clutch kick a car and you stop the whole momentum of the drivetrain, you can easily kind of turn it around or what have you.
Yep.
There's no stopping the momentum of an electric drivetrain.
Yep. There's always going to be that resistance. There's no breaking it away.
Exactly. And so all he could do is let off the gas and pull the e-brake, but the car still is going, the momentum is still heavily going in the direction he was already going.
Yep.
So he was trying to do this one stunt where he could have leveraged it. Like it would have been way more helpful to do in a car that was just a regular internal combustion car.
Yep.
And so he's just fucking it up. At one point he like hit the curb lightly. Like he was just getting really frustrated. And so we met him in that moment right after he hopped out of the car to just let it cool off for a bit. And he was such a homie. He was such a chill dude.
Still, right.
He's just like, hey guys, like, thank you for coming out. Like, just talking about the car a bit. And I just like introduced myself and shook his hand. It was just like, he's just a really, in that, like, I didn't get to talk to him much, but I can just feel like he's just like, all right.
Yeah.
He's a chill dude. Like, he gets this great opportunity. He gets to leverage it. But like, there's no more.
Still just a dude there. And
yeah.
Did you, I don't know if you got to meet, but our friend Sam Dobbins was there as well. I don't know if you got to meet Sam. Well, just obviously there's a lot of people there, but that's awesome.
He sticks out.
Dobbins does stick out. Yeah. Dude, what is this homeless man doing on his set?
That ain't right.
This homeless man with a very expensive camera.
Yeah, what's happening?
Around.
What's this guy doing?
He was at home. Yeah. So there was so many cool people we met out there. We met Hank from IROS.
Yeah.
He brought out he had an 07K Audi Coupe Quattro, I think it was, that had like 800 horsepower. And that was just like a prop in one of the.
I was just gonna say right because there was those cars that were there kind of pictured.
Yep. And then that was at like one of the last scenes at the Strat.
Yep.
If you know the Strat Casino, and Hoonigan, they put at the end they put like a big FCP Euro logo on.
So that was the one thing that stood out to me. I'm like, oh man, that's awesome.
And we were there, we saw it go up, and we were just like, holy shit! Like we're in Vegas right now.
Yeah, and that's
looking
right
at the
there.
Strat, and there's this big FCP Euro logo.
Had to make you feel pretty proud.
It was it was something that was like that was one of the biggest things that we've been a part of.
Yeah.
I gotta say, I think when I watched a video, I walked in and I saw them. I'm like, yo, did you see the FCP Euro thing at the end? And we were all like, yeah, that was crazy.
That was
Yeah.
insane.
That like I've seen that screen in real life. That's not a small screen.
It's not a no.
No, that's a big screen.
No, and it was crazy to like just that whole scenario was crazy because when we first got to Vegas to like watch the filming of that, the first scene we saw was the one where he was going through that intersection and doing a 360, and so we like pull up and just watch, and I think as we just like walked over to the car, it just peeled out.
Yeah.
And it looked like a huge RC car. The way it acted, the way it like
The way
peeled
it
out,
sounded.
the way it sounded.
Yeah.
It was just a massive RC car. But the way, I think it had R888Rs on it because he always works with Toyo. And the way it just like destroyed those tires, like they were just like, you know, when you take like an RC car and you put like little pieces of plastic on the tires, and it just peels out. That was that in real life to like the nth degree.
Just speaks volumes to the torque that thing creates.
Exactly.
Overall.
And it was so impressive just to see that in action, and like the way it would make smoke screens everywhere. Was I've never seen anything like generate that much smoke.
Just bellow smoke.
The amount of smoke that car generated was basically like the equivalent of like if an entire FD fleet of cars like went out and drifted a corner at the same time. Like, that's what I could equate it to. And yeah, it was just impressive driving. The people were clamoring to try and get over barriers to get closer to it because as much as they tried to keep it on the DL,
it's impossible.
It's a fucking huge electric car throwing smoke everywhere.
With streets that are shut down, you can hear it for fucking probably 3 Vegas blocks away.
You can hear the tires squeal from 3 Vegas blocks away.
Yeah.
It was crazy. And so there was so many people that were just bystanders trying to get like close to it.
I was going to say anybody who even recognizes the Hoonigan logo or knows like I'd be like, fuck, I need to go see what the hell's happening over there.
Yeah. So it was impressive to be there.
Yeah.
And you know, RIP Ken, he seemed like a really great dude. And I was really eager to, you know, potentially see some more, get close to like some more
right
that he was doing, and you know, maybe talk to him even further and just kind of pick his brain a bit. But I think, you know, his legacy is living on.
Oh,
in a huge way.
It's immeasurable. We've talked about it a couple times. It's absolutely immeasurable. And the more and more, you know, you see it, and you see all the satellite people that he was involved with that you may or may not even realize he was involved with, and then what they've done, and it's just like, and they attribute, no, this is from Ken, and it's really cool to see that. You know, it's very
set the stage for a lot of people to go out and kind of succeed on their own.
100%, yeah,
and such too. So. That is there's so much to thank him for.
Planted that seed just now. Again, when you see that, how vast and expansive that group of people are, it's wild. It's wild. Another thing that you guys we talked about it, and the boys actually get to go there a few years back. Lime Rock Proving Grounds. How has that relationship been? You know, it's now you guys are doing stuff on track at Lime Rock. Just like Cars and Coffee type stuff, on top of using the Proving Ground, and it just seems like it's a very fun thing to kind of have and working with them.
Yeah, it seems like the Lime Rock Park partnership seems like I'd say it's probably one of the top 5 best things we've done, like in our company history. I think.
Yep.
And that group of people, it seems they feel like it's a family now. You know, all the owners, even just the regular people that work at the track that we see there all the time.
Yep.
All of them. There's this one guy, Jocko. He like basically runs all the facilities. And every time I see him, he's this big dude. He's probably like 6'4".
Yeah.
Like, you know, big dude. And every time I see him, he's like, "Come here." He like grabs me and gives me a big hug. He's like, "Man, I love you so much, dude." Like, just everybody there is such pleasant people. And it's been so interesting to almost, it feels like reinvigorate the place a little bit. And it's like it's weird saying that coming from me, but I hear it more so from everybody else.
Yep.
For example, in one of the earlier days of us having that partnership, like this was less than a year of us having that partnership. There's this one gentleman that I either lived around Lime Rock Park for forever and worked there for a while as well. He was there like back in the early days of like Skip Barber and all that. I forgot his name, but he was extremely emotional towards us in that he came up to a group of us kind of really candidly, just pulled up in his old hatchback. And he was like, you guys, I can't explain how thankful I am that you guys are now partnered with us. And just the things that have happened in the short amount of time we've had this partnership. Seems like it's kind of reinvigorated the track to a point in which I don't see anything here, like the momentum here stopping for a long time.
Yep.
And so he'd seen like, not like demise, but like the potential downfall kind of start.
Oh no, I have to 100%. Like you can see it with other places.
Yeah.
Motorsport in general isn't something for the everyday person.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be criticized, and potentially, again, as things change, we see the fallout of enthusiasts, if you will, with younger crowds. So unfortunately, it could be left in the dust and left behind.
Exactly.
And especially somebody who's been there for an extensive period of time, seeing it packed and full, not just on an IMSA day.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure that's a good.
Yeah, like
you know.
the last Sunday motoring meet we had, all that was like a more or less a glorified cars and coffee.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And there were, I'd say, 800 plus cars
Jesus.
and about 1,500 people.
Yeah.
Just hanging out down like in the paddock area and
Yeah.
on the straightaway. So the line of cars parked on the track went from essentially start finish line.
Yep.
All the way around to halfway down the Paul Newman Straight.
Wow.
And that was just like the featured make cars. Then there's all the cars in the paddock and then all the people hanging out. And so what we've done, it seems, is our audience, the core nucleus of kind of FCP Pro customers seems to be, I'd say right around like mid 20s to mid to late 30s.
Yeah.
Is the kind of crowd, is the core nucleus of our customer base. And we've brought that same energy to Lime Rock Park, the energy that like the youthful folks bring. And it hasn't had a lot of that there. And their most attended events had been the IMSA races, which are usually a more towards more mature audience.
Yep.
And then the Lime Rock Park Historics Festival.
Right.
Which is cars from 70s, 80s, maybe even back further.
Right. Very mature, if you will.
Very much more.
And median age there is probably in the 40s.
Yeah.
And so maybe even 50s.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say 50s is
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
kind of in my mind what I can picture.
exactly. And so those were their big events. Now their big events are Grid Life,
Yep.
which is
That's going to be.
Very
I wouldn't
excited.
doubt that in particular is going to be one of the biggest ones
Mhm.
this year for sure.
exactly. And because I've already talked to a bunch of people. They're like, I can't believe I missed Grid Life at Landmark Park last
I
year.
feel the exact way, and I will be there this year for sure.
And I feel like there's going to be a massive.
Yep.
Probably going to sell out.
Yep.
For relatively quickly. And like a lot of the pro drifter guys that missed it, we're talking about the drifting that happened there. It was spectacular.
Yep.
I'm sure a lot of you guys have saw Ryan Turek's video of him pretty much linking the entirety of the track.
Yep.
Mhm.
It was fucking insane.
I mean, just our friend Rob nailing the whole first corner in his Miata.
Yeah, Rob.
Miata Rob. Just a fascinating drive. Just watching it. And even the announcers as they were announcing it, like, oh my God, he's gonna do it. He's
Look at
really
the
gonna
Miata
do
go.
it. Yeah.
He's gonna do
gonna
it.
get
It's
it.
me out of Rob.
So it's I will never forget the smoke billowing up off the track because you're in a valley.
Yeah.
Yep.
And the smoke kind of gets captured in there. And it's just, you see, I was standing pretty high up one of the Landmark Park towers. And you just see the smoke rising from almost equally from all around the track.
Yeah.
It was like a video game, like opening scene. It was so sick. So those events, we also, the IMSA event last year had their highest audience in, the highest attendance in however many years.
Which is awesome. Yeah.
And so again, that's the mixture of like the classic folks that always go.
Yep.
A lot of the new younger audience that will kind of followed us there.
Yep. Enticed to go see it.
Exactly. So, and then the historic festival again, one of their largest turnouts in a while. So, Lime Rock Park, they've been so easy to work with.
Yep.
They we kind of cater to each other. You know, we just help each other out, give each other a bone wherever we can, and it's just like a really reciprocal relationship.
Yep.
And it was some kinks at first, just with us figuring out how the interplay would be, but now it's pretty seamless for the most part, and we just have a lot of really good opportunity with that place. So, being that close to a place that has that much history,
I was
like,
going to say
for me,
the historical.
yeah. I remember when I did my first lap there with Grid Life. I did HPDE last year at Circuit Legends, and I was with Nate Vincent.
Yep.
So some of you guys may know. You guys know him.
Yeah, yeah.
Some of you guys listening may know him as well. But basically, with a silver-rated driver from FIA, so somebody who knows their shit.
Who's driven the truck?
Who's
Yeah, so
driven
they've been out once or twice.
Yeah.
They've been around Lime Rock
Matter of
Park.
fact, you got to drive with him.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we both
I did
got
lots
to
of-
ride with him. It was bananas.
Yeah, he probably has 500 plus laps around that place. And so he was my instructor. And I was just talking. I was like, Nate, this feels unbelievably special. It's like just being on this tarmac in my car.
Yep.
Just driving around here. It feels so crazy. And so having that relationship with Lime Rock Park where I can kind of just go there and do that kind of as often as I'd like.
Right.
And I go in there, I drive up to the gate, they're like, JR, what's
Yeah,
up? And I'm
yeah.
just like, holy shit. This is like surreal. So that place is just, it was special already, and now it's forever going to be even more special.
Yep. You're
Slide
getting
your,
to.
slide your boys a DM next time you roll over there. Don't matter how far away it is.
You're getting to do a lot of cool stuff. Did you ever picture this taking a job with FCP?
No, so it's funny. FCP Euro wasn't even on the map for me in college, at least, until my buddy Noah shot a message to. So let's backtrack a bit. My friend Noah is one of my best friends I met in college. He currently is an engineer doing like sonar systems tracking for the government, basically.
Good lord.
Yeah. Does he work for the
So he's-
submarine place over there?
Well, he's down in D.C.
Okay.
working for kind of a subsidiary of them.
Okay. Okay.
And so they offered him, he used to write blog articles for FCPRO about his V6, A4, and a couple of his Volvos. And so he knew them well when they were a really small company, and everybody knew each other ET level down. Like, everybody talked to each other every day.
Yeah.
And so he shot a message to like the ET folks. And he was like, yo, they had originally offered him a social media job. He's like, I'm an engineer. And like,
Right.
just-
Right.
yeah.
Not gonna work.
No. And so he's like, but I have this buddy JR who's kind of tracking that way. I was a communication major, and marketing was kind of my thing, like growing the whole way forward. Basically, that was what I saw myself doing. And so he shot a message to Alex Frank, who at the time was the VP of e-commerce. Shot a message to him and got an email back in like a day. And I was like, I didn't expect anybody on the ET of any company to fucking send me an email back at all, let alone have a quick response time.
Right.
So I went out, did some kind of social media stuff for the motorsports team on like a contractor basis. They hired me later that year in 2017. And even then I was like, all right, this is extremely cool being at this place.
Yeah.
But I didn't see anything like this where we are now happening for myself. I was out the gate doing like some small events planning, which for like a young 22-year-old out of college for a company that was mostly pretty legit, I was like, are you sure you want me doing this? It's like,
All right. This is my responsibility.
like,
I
I
gotta do
thought I
this.
was just doing social media. Huh?
Doing a little posty post.
Yeah,
Little
I was
hash-
like, what's going on here? So like they're figuring that out, making it work, and then getting to this place. Like, this is a progression I didn't necessarily see at the jump.
You grew with the company.
Absolutely, yeah. So like for example, when I got to the company, we'd done, I think there was like under 50 million in revenue in 2017. And then last year, in 2022, we did like 170 in revenue.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's like all those years, it's been that consistent growth.
That's what we
Yep.
call
of
growth,
the
baby.
company. Yeah, that's growth.
That's something else.
Yeah. So it feels really special to be a part of like that, almost like the ground level.
Yeah.
folks.
Foundation.
They're
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
like, I was 64th hire. Now we have 280 something people.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
And
wild.
so, part of that OG group. And I'm
Right.
like, yeah, I've been there for almost 6 years. And I'm
Right.
like, holy
Right.
shit,
Yeah.
I've
Who the hell are you? You're on the 100, son.
Yeah.
Get at
what's
me.
up with you, son?
What is up for you in particular and the FCP Euro team for the rest of the year? Obviously, there's grid life, things like that, but I'm sure you got your schedule is almost nonstop, I'd imagine.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, it's it's awesome in that regard, but it's also like obviously it gets to a point where you're like, shit, I kind of just want to sleep in my own bed. For a hot second. But I think what is nice this year is that I think we're kind of hitting our stride as far as, with the personnel we have and the relationships we have.
Mm-hmm.
So we're ingrained with a lot of like the big, car clubs, so like BMW CCA, Audi Club, Porsche Club, everybody. And even, BMW CCA, they might start like a little offshoot for minis soon, which is cool.
Yeah.
So that's going to be awesome. And so it's like those relationships, plus, you have the bigger things like the Grid Lights and the Lime Rock Parks. And it's like we're covering all areas of kind of car enthusiasm in the car community, because like those car clubs, for example, historically, again, like a more mature audience. And then you cover the other bases with Grid Life, where it's like the, full kind of free-spirited car enthusiasts. It's like get everybody at whatever level they're at, and let's bring them into to enjoy this thing that we all like. So like for people maybe beginner track day stuff, Grid Life's awesome because you can just get out there for the first time, whatever the hell you got, as long as it passes tech. And then also, if you don't even like cars that much, you can just come and enjoy the music festival.
Yeah.
Or like whatever level you're at, I think where we are a part of organizations that reach people at those levels. So like they just get them in where they are, make them feel comfortable, and then help them along the way. And so like that's kind of really echoes like our company as well, because it's like, all right, well, we could cater to the dude that's just taking engines out of his car every day and like has that high level of automotive competence. But it's like, no, we have to also cater to the person that just is going to drop their car off at a shop and just wants some parts from us and wants to easily be able to find them. They don't know the shit about part numbers or whatever it is. They just need to know that their alternator's broken and they can get one from us.
Here's what we need, right?
Yeah. And so it's like, all right, let's interact with all these people. Let's figure out where they like to hang out. And then let's get ourselves there and then just naturally become a part of that community with them. And we kind of grow together. And so we've kind of figured out a lot of those places where we should be. And I definitely won't be at all those places physically.
Right.
So it's awesome that like we've done cool things. Like we started an events committee made up of people that work all throughout the company. People in distribution center, people in service that answer the phones, people in finance, like all those people that just, if they want to be a part of this community as well and help spread the gospel, like come, travel across the country with us to these events and have some fun. And
that's really cool.
yeah. So there's been like in the past, we've dealt with issues where it's like people in other parts of the company, they're like, man, marketing just goes and has fun. Like, do they ever do work? And it's like, all right, you come with us.
Right. Right. Not really understanding, oh yeah, you got to be here at 5 a.m. to set up the booth.
Yeah, and it's going to be 100 degrees today.
Yeah.
And you're going to be out here from 5 a.m. to 11 p.m.
Yeah.
Talking 24/7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and then you got to lift up these big heavy boxes and push these cars around and do all this shit. It's like, all right, come out with us. So yeah, we have this cool
Let's
events
go have some
committee.
fun.
Yeah. And like, distributing that workload and kind of getting all types of the enthusiastic folks that we have to interact with all of the people that are on the other end. And so we're broadening perspectives on both ends because, like, for example, some of those people in finance, like, they have no idea what our customer is.
I was just going to say, it's a very good introduction to somebody like that, to see the people who support the business by buying the products there in person.
Exactly. Yeah. So giving them that perspective is huge for us. That's like one thing we really try to do from the inside out. And it definitely works. And it's like, then you have that, you bring that with you into these, the meetings for crunching the numbers. And it's like, oh, we can't give them money to do this thing. It's like, well, actually I went to this thing and I met these 5 people who really proved the value of X amount of expenditure we're trying to do.
Yep.
Right. So
it becomes much more than numbers on a spreadsheet.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's people.
Yeah. The motorsport division, have you been able to, obviously you're still going through all this different stuff and planning events all year. Has it been kind of like, oh, okay, we can take a breath and focus more on this other stuff to grow these things, not having to prepare for a race every 3 weeks, 4 weeks, whatever it is?
Yeah. So it was a shock. So, for those of you that may not know, we were in IMSA and we started in Pro World Challenge, then went to IMSA. And we were racing at like some of the higher levels of sports car racing in the U.S. for like 5 years or so. And so it was like, all right, we have to focus all this attention, money, and energy on this high level, this high prestige racing that we kind of realized may not reach the people that may be our core nucleus of customer. When we had the Volkswagen GTI race cars, those were actually a really nice happy medium because we were getting like that nice airtime and coverage and prestige that goes along with being in Pirelli World Challenge or whatever it may be. But we were in these cars that like were vaguely attainable because realistically,
more relatable.
yeah, and realistically, what they were just like kind of expensive GTIs, right? So it's like at the end of the day, a lot of the parts were actually street car parts.
Yep.
You know, people could relate to them, as you mentioned, really well. And then when we switched to the Mercedes, it like jumped up a couple rungs.
Yep.
Because we started with the car that on the street was like $100,000, and then now you make it a race car, and now it's like $250,000.
It's
It's out of the realm of what people think that they could potentially like interact with.
yeah. It's like, wow, this is so cool, and it's faster and bigger and just more pristine. But at the same time, it, like you said, kind of loses that connection.
Yeah, and so with the motorsport program kind of going away for a year or two, it was a big shock when I heard it. But I think we refocused our energy in a really good way with like the project cars.
I was gonna say the builds and stuff. Yeah.
So like you have the 850 project, which we're actually hitting at all levels. In that 850 project is really low barrier to entry. The car was literally $850.
Yep.
The most expensive part of it was like the custom ITBs and the wrap, which each of those things were, a few grand themselves. So realistically, if you're like a kind of regular middle class type person and saved a little bit of money, you actually could recreate this. Find the right people or whatever, but like they're not that hard to find. And then you go up to golden era, which is kind of like middle tier. With that's realistically like if let's say you wanted to create it like straight up dollars and cents, that's probably another 80 to 100 grand. Again, not at all cheap, not at all really that attainable for an average person, but it's definitely something that other people can recreate.
Yeah.
Without being, the biggest ballers in the world.
Without being a chic. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then we now have the Porsche Cayman Rally project or Safari Cayman that
Which
we're building.
I was gonna say just recently, right? Within the past few months, guys could have swore I seen Nate drive it up to O'Neill.
Yep.
Do some practice laps, if you will.
Yeah. And then it wasn't far from here at Cage This. You guys know Bill Doyle.
Of course.
Yeah. So local homie built an exquisite roll cage for it.
Yep.
Yep.
So like that is going to be that, next rung up the ladder. And so kind of, again, hitting people where they're at in all areas of kind of attainability, enthusiasm. And so we're filling the gaps with just things that people can latch onto and things that people can potentially recreate in some way, shape, or form. And so we're connecting that back to our catalog in as many ways as possible. It's like maybe we can build a kit for somebody to, take something from the 850 project and add it to their Volvo.
Yep.
Or maybe we can build a kit for somebody to try and recreate a piece of the golden era project for a 190E or some kind of similar era car. So it's with the IMSA program, we weren't really able to do something like that.
Right.
So now this connects back to the business in a much better way, and it also connects back to the people in a much better way. So it's not to say that we won't be doing maybe 3-4 years from now, maybe we'll be back in IMSA or SRO or something like that.
Yep.
But for now, like we really doubled down on the project cars and the builds and the things that we can kind of connect back to our customer base in a better way.
And to be fair, your hand was kind of forced.
Yeah.
With VW not supporting, the
That was a big
TCRs
one.
and
Yep.
stuff as well. It's either all right, stick racing and do something at least in the Euro world, or where do you go from there?
Yeah. So that was what pushed us towards the Mercedes at
Yeah.
first. And it's like, all right, well, looking back, it's like maybe we should have done an Audi. But then it would have been an R8. I was like, maybe we should have done a Porsche. Then it would have been the Cayman if we wanted to stick with the same class.
Yeah.
Realistically, the Cayman is actually like maybe a little bit more attainable. And also it's a Porsche, so maybe a little bit more interesting than a Mercedes. But it's like, all right, well, we've always kind of been loyal to the Mercedes brand too, aside from like all the BMW projects we've done in the past. So let's do the AMG GT4. But if Volkswagen had stayed part of the course,
Yep.
and they came up with the Mark 8 TCR concept that many of you maybe have seen us actually
I was
drive.
gonna say you
of
did
course.
get to drive. Yeah.
If that had turned into a car that they moved forward with, there's a very high probability that we would have just did that and done TCR class in IMSA.
Yep.
Which again, lower barrier to entry than any of the GT classes. And also, you keep that relatability of that Mark 8, which, again, was basically just a really, really optimized street car.
Yep. Yeah, it's unfortunate, what Volkswagen decided, but it is what it is.
And Matt brings up a good point, too, with Audi. Obviously, a subsidiary of Volkswagen, or connected to Volkswagen,
Right.
dumping all customer races.
It just, you could have
we
went
saw
down a
that
whole
in the
nother
ether,
path
too.
and
Yeah.
done the same thing, with a couple of years gap in between.
Yeah.
No, I think the way you guys have done it, clearly the proof is in the pudding. The projects are very relatable, very entertaining. Still can have a lot of fun with them internally, keep you guys engaged. Clearly the outcomes are speaking for themselves.
Yeah, and the way we connected, like basically what we did with motorsports is that we were able to provide a lot of things to these brands that like regular motorsport companies, like think of like O'Reilly Motorsports. All they do is motorsports.
Yep.
They don't sell parts or anything like that. So they provide notoriety in that they are really good at racing, so they're going to be towards the front and they're going to get a lot of airtime. Whereas we provide you part sales for like a partner like Liquid Moly. It's like we can also physically just sell your product. And so they'll give us rebates and discounts on purchasing and things like that. And in turn, we'll give them, with the motorsport sponsorship, airtime by being, one of the better teams. And then also just literally cash. We'll sell your product and we can give you money.
Yeah.
So we had that double benefit that we could offer back to partners on the motorsports end. And all of our partners would be people that, like entities that we can sell their parts, because that just made the most sense. Now we take those same partnerships and the same money in the co-op that we get, and we roll those into the builds now. And so those deals are still happening. They're maybe at a slightly smaller scale than the motorsport stuff that obviously requires a lot more expenditure. And we need more money from you to operate this program. Now we can go in at a lower entry point with a lot of these partners, and that also allows us to bring new people on the board that may not want to spend motorsport money. They want to spend project car money.
Yeah.
And so like a CSF, for example, they're not going to go in on a GT4 car most likely. Who knows? Maybe they will,
but again, from their perspective, same thing. How relatable is a GT4 car going to be to their product to ultimately move stuff off the shelf?
Exactly. A homologated GT4 car where you can't put a CSF radiator in is not as relatable. But a Volvo 850 project or a Golden Era or a Porsche,
where you can literally use the radiator they make and put it in. Yeah.
And then say, hey, you can get the same radiator off the shelves at FCP Euro.
Yep.
And so that's more valuable to them. And also it's a lower barrier to entry if we want to say, hey, we need X amount of money to do this thing. So it just makes a lot of sense. We could bring a lot of more new people on board with these builds, a lot of new companies that maybe we haven't worked with in the past. It just opens up a lot of opportunities that maybe we weren't able to actually take hold of with, professional motorsports. So it's put us in a pretty good position, but we do still miss.
Yeah,
like, it's
for sure
insane to be in an IMSA paddock and to be on freaking NBC, fighting for like our last race ever, up to this point at least, was at Road Atlanta, and we finished on the podium.
Yeah.
And so like you're fighting with some of the best teams in racing, getting tons of airtime. And so we're just like all hopped up on. It's like we all drank energy drinks.
Just being there and
we were
just
shot to the moon. Like it was sick.
The fact that you did it.
Yeah.
Because again, it's it's a homegrown thing. It's your team was. Granted, there were some outside vendors that I believe helped with just car prep and things like that. But still, a lot of people that work for FCP Euro that would be traveling with a team and just obviously driving for the team as well. It was quite a wild thing to watch and cool to see just in general. Because matter of fact, I don't follow the IMSA stuff, but if I knew it was on, I'd pop it on in hopes to see your car. Just to see it. Like, oh yeah, I know those guys. It's just a cool thing. Let me pull up my phone because we'll have some other questions. I'm sure related overall to yourself and FCP Euro, but truly, I appreciate you coming to hang out with us, man.
This is great. I love every time I get to come out here.
It's always fun. Truly, always.
Door's always open for you.
Yeah, whenever you want. Let's see. All right, we got a couple. So from Pudva. Big shout out to Pudva. Is Lime Rock open to running drift events on the new Proving Ground track?
So little insight here. Pretty much yes. They're just figuring out how it's going to work. So it kind of all started with when we went there when Hoonigan visited in April 2022.
Yep.
We were like, all right, after the Sunday motor meet that they went to, we were like, hey guys, you want to come hang out the next day, Monday? check out the proving grounds. Maybe you can slide a little bit. Like we'll just have some fun. And it was just supposed to be us and a few of the Hoonigan dudes.
And then it was you,
And then
Oaks.
they invited like all of the CT homies.
Yeah.
So freaking Jimmy Oaks showed up, Tommy F, yeah. Who else? We had all Jimmy's homies.
Yep.
I knew Grant was there.
Grant was there. Yep.
There was so many people there. There was Stevie was there, of course.
Yep. Yep.
All those homies. And we were like, they all showed up, a bunch of cars. We were like, what the fuck? Like, this was supposed to be chill.
It's 40 cars later. It's like,
And everybody's sliding around. And it was actually a really great day. We actually had Dickie Regal, who is ex-CEO of Airstream, current CEO of Lime Rock Park, go out in Hoonigan's E36, the Knuckle Busters E36,
Yep.
with Hurt.
Oh, that's awesome.
Wow.
And it was sick. And we were like, all right, Dickie, let's see what you think.
Here you go,
And he
strap
came
in.
back, he was like, yo, this is amazing. And like, since then, like things like that, we were like, all right, let's force you guys to, experience this stuff and just open your minds a bit more. And so the main person they kind of had to work on was Skip, because he's also still a large part owner of Lime Rock Park.
Yeah.
And he was always against drifting, but I think we were kind of able to open their minds a bit. And obviously we had the Grid Life event there last year.
Yeah.
And so since then they've been open to trying to figure out what drifting events could look like on the proving grounds. I have no exact word yet, so I can't promise anything.
Right.
But we're further than we've ever been.
It's at the very least, moving in that direction.
it's a positive direction.
This comes from Zach D. Piero. Zach D. Big shouts. He just writes, when's he going to come detail the Harlequin?
Zach doesn't even wash that car. Why would you detail it?
I'm not going to detail it until you wash it first.
Yeah.
So if you just simply wash it,
Yeah.
I will then come and wash it again to make sure it's properly washed right. And then we can look at maybe detailing it.
Let's see. Daniel _ DJ 2023. Is there such a
DJ.
thing of having too many lights on your car?
Too many lights? It depends on what kind of car it is.
Yeah.
Is it an overland build?
Right,
Is it a
right.
Tacoma? No.
I mean, because like Corey and Garrett, I feel like you guys could have added a lot more lights.
It gets to be in a real use scenario, the more
Doesn't necessarily make it better.
no, it's more detrimental because in the middle of the night you want to kill as many lights as possible.
Yep.
You want to run as few as possible, obviously the rear so you don't get plowed over. But anything forward facing you're trying to shut down as much as possible.
Yeah.
Have them low, yellow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because essentially when you turn them all on, it just turns into a wall in front
Creates
of
a
you.
dust particle.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can see it.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, in the video we made, like you can see.
You get
just
to a point
the-
of diminishing returns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, I heard my old friend will be here this weekend, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was cleaning it up. So I haven't
Wow.
seen that car in quite some time. I have to go and share a moment with it.
The little guy rides again.
Yeah.
For all those wondering, we're talking about Project Stinkbug. Will be here or should be here at the Left House Open House. So big. If you want to go see that, go come on and attend. Noah D. Jenkins.
Oh,
No,
what the
it's
hell
nice.
is he doing here?
Why the E46 M3?
Oh my
Oh,
god.
here we go.
So just so you know,
Is this the
little-
Noah?
This is the Noah.
Okay.
Okay.
And him and we have a running joke because he just bought an E92 M3 that all we have are just, whenever it's like, oh, you guys have such a nice cars. We're like, we just have old BMWs. Like, they ain't shit. But he's such a fucking idiot. Well, I always been an E46 guy.
Mm-hmm.
Always been a BMW guy, even before then. And I think at first I was just like, in everybody, how good the car looked. It just like every single angle I look at, I'm like, damn, this shit is hot. Like, I was just like, I want to be driving that because I'll look good because the car looks so good. And then I also just got into, I like the passion that went into this car. Because like you think about the engine, for example, it's a, ITBs, really stroked out 3.2, had the highest horsepower per liter when it came out of any engine. It was, fourth highest piston velocity of any streetcar engine. Like there was so much that went into it. And they're like, we're just going to make like a race car for the road that also has like kind of nice, comfortable dampers and AC. And so like they just did it.
There
And
it is.
they literally, you can keep it stock and it'll be a nice cruiser, or you can modify the shit out of it and go run, mid 7 minutes on the Nürburgring.
Yeah,
Like,
get wild.
exact. So it's like it's so multifaceted.
Yeah.
And so I enjoy it. It's one of their best creations.
I
Top
will
5
say-
BMW.
The first time we met, we were obviously talking cars, and you were like, "Oh no, I want E46 M3." And I think probably a year-ish later.
Yeah, because
Year
when
and a half
you met
later.
me, I had the ZHP convertible.
Yep.
Which
Yep.
was
And you, at the time, you were even thinking about, or either had one or on the verge of buying a Scirocco.
I had a Scirocco.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's
I
what
had
that
I had a Mark II Scirocco, ABA swap with the new speed supercharger.
that we somehow sorted out that I believe RM Pro Tune had their hands in on it.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
At some point, was involved with it or whatever.
Rui
but
built. Rui built.
Rui built. Yeah,
Crazy fucking car.
yeah.
Also, shout out Noah.
He actually puts a couple other questions in here. What was your first car?
Why is he doing this? He knows I'm the first car.
Maybe he thinks they're good talking points.
Yeah.
Actually, this was a good story. So the first car that I bought on my own was a Mark IV Jetta 2-liter, 5-speed. And it was actually a really great car. It was very clean. I bought it from this dude kind of local to where I was at the time in Windsor Locks. And he was like, yeah, I put a new timing belt on it. Like, it did, a bunch of other, like, regular maintenance. I was like, all right, this thing's ready to go. And so I'm driving the car. One night, I have, like, 4 of my friends in it. We're going to get a Bluetooth speaker from my house because they were having a bonfire and they had no music. And I'm like, it's safe. No, this is not a bonfire. If you want
This is insane.
Yeah. And so we're literally just driving across town. I'm in, like, 4th gear doing, like, 30 miles an hour. And the car shuts off. And I'm like, what the fuck? And so I try to start it up again. And it's just nothing's going on. And so I have me and my 4 friends push it like half a mile back to where my house was at the time. And so Noah comes over and we kind of diagnose it. Timing belt has snapped
Oh,
because the tensioner was old. So homeboy did a new timing belt but didn't do a new tensioner.
anything else? Yeah.
I'm like, how
Gotta
the
save
fuck?
a little money.
Now you know what attention it costs now.
Yeah.
Why
On a
wouldn't you have
on a
replaced it?
Mark IV 2-liter.
What color was the car?
It was blue. Blue
Oh.
Lagoon. It was a nice
It
color.
was Blue Lagoon?
I
It
would
was
have
a
guessed
nice-
silver.
It
They
was-
were all silver. Blue Lagoon's good color.
It
Yeah.
was a great car.
Yeah.
It was a really nice car. And I had just put new brakes and tires on it. I was like, motherfucker.
This guy.
So Noah
Cheap
comes
dough.
over and we take the head. We do a new. We take the head off
Mhm.
at my house, and this is the first time I dug into a car like that in any sort of way.
That's a deep, parking lot project.
Yeah, and so Noah's coming over like a multitude of times, and he lives like an hour away. This was like going into my junior year of college. And so we take the head off, we bring it to a machine shop, I get it machined, I do all this shit, then we put it back together and like get the car running. And I'm like, holy shit. Like we did this just in the garage with like minimal tools. Like
Yeah.
we just had a like ragtag like tool bag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like put shit in and we made it work somehow. But like
That's like
was
the best motor for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's just indestructible until you destruct it a little bit.
Yeah, but even then, at that point, it's still like you don't need the highest IQ of engine stuff to kind of dive into that motor.
But at the end of the day, we like fucked up like a little bit of stuff putting it back together, and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna let somebody like figure the rest of this out. Like it ran and drive fine, but there was like some small things, and I'm like, I'm just gonna let somebody figure this shit out. And so I sold it, and then for like a year and a half, I was driving my mom's Prius.
Tell you what, I bet you the timing belt never snapped on that.
Nope, it was stout.
Yeah.
Stealth vehicle.
Still hasn't snapped wherever it is. Let's see. We'll go one more. Kevin 401.
Camera phone one.
I think just in general, what's your ideal 3-course meal?
Ooh, wow,
Ideal 3-course meal.
Wow.
Oh, geez.
hit me.
Let's see.
Oh, I know
Actually,
mine.
not even 3-course. I'm just thinking the creamed corn from the Hummingbird.
So,
That's going to be involved somehow.
Caesar salad,
Yeah.
Luger steak, Luger's cheesecake. It's just the Luger's meal.
Bro,
So
That's
Luger
3
steak.
course.
I guess you're simple.
I don't know if I go cheesecake.
The
The
cheesecake? Oh, yeah, the apple thing?
the apple strudel.
Yeah, it was very tight.
Don't forget the creme.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crap.
So I'd say, shit. I really like. First thing that came to mind for appetizer was calamari.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So wherever I can get the best calamari.
Yeah.
Main course would be Jamaican curry goat, some
Okay.
rice and peas,
I like goat.
and then dessert would be carrot cake.
Carrot cake.
Ooh.
That's strong. Very
Those deeper.
very cultural.
Yes.
That was deeper.
Yeah,
I like
meanwhile,
that.
he's
Yeah.
eating a steak.
I would have gone straight Polish. None of you would understand it. Dude,
Oh, man.
we had a dinner last night that was just out of control. I think it was like a 10-course meal though.
Yeah, it was.
we went too
I was
hard.
going to say, you guys said you had pizza.
We went to Bacaro.
But then you named like 4 other things.
Him and I went to dinner with 7 people total. We got 2 pizzas to share for the table. Him and I ate 2 pizzas.
We got 2 pizzas as a first appetizer.
Then we got a charcuterie board they couldn't fit on one board. They brought us 2 other boards to fit it all.
And then we got mains.
And this is one line item?
What do you mean?
The charcuterie
No,
board?
no,
Oh,
this,
no.
this place has like a sushi pencil menu of charcuterie.
Oh, you just filled it up.
Yeah.
Dude, it was
and how much you want of each?
Oh, my
You
God.
guys are out of your mind.
Would you buy it by the pound? Is that
basically,
Kinda.
it was, that was a meal. If you're in Providence, go to Bacaro. The place is fucking nuts.
Yeah. The most highly underappreciated, but definitely, certainly rated up there restaurant in Providence. It's delicious. Never is going to disappoint.
Yep.
That was going to be on
Paying that off for months.
Yeah, Peter Lucas is a pretty good spot.
Did you
definitely-
finance that meal?
Lucas
Yeah, you
is
gotta
easy, hot and sweet over there. I love
Yeah.
Lucas.
Yeah.
Oh, I wish
Luger's.
I could take the Caesar salad from Jeff's.
Yeah.
Bring it to
Bring it to
Luger's.
Peter
Yeah, that's true
Luger.
because the Caesar salad Jeff's is way
But
better.
then we need the cream spinach from Luger's plus the cream corn from Honeybird
Right.
Yeah.
at the same location with the steak.
I gotta ask you a pizza guy?
I mean,
All right, okay.
I'm a pizza guy.
The safe assumption. How would you rate the pizza we got you this afternoon?
I had to. I can't front.
I was going to say, and I did tell him, I happened to mention where it was from and who has partaken in it as well.
Oh,
Well,
okay,
even
yeah, yeah.
before then, I was like, all right. So I'm in the car, and I see the text come through from Josh. I'm like, yo, we got pizza. And I was like, oh, shit.
All Connecticut guys hate getting pizza.
That's
I know,
right.
right.
That's why we always get them
It's
pizza.
always a,
Yeah.
a dice roll, you know? It's like, oh,
Fuck.
Got that
All right.
Providence
Yeah.
pizza.
These motherfuckers got Rhode Island pizza.
Rhode Island pizza. Not even Providence pizza. Rhode Island pizza.
I was like, all right, I'm gonna just keep my mind open
Yeah,
because I have trouble with that sometimes.
yeah.
I will say. So rolled in, and I was like, all right, where's this pizza?
Choke down a little pizza.
And so Josh was like, oh, this is pizza. You know, Portner reviewed it. Also, I can't front. I hate Barstool.
Okay,
And
yeah,
everything else.
fair enough.
So when she said Portner, I was like, all right, well, I guess
Uh-oh,
he,
he's just
It's
closing
getting
all his
worse.
doors.
It's getting worse.
I was like, I guess he knows. I guess he kind of knows pizza because like he's reviewed some places that I like pretty well, but
Yeah.
like also fuck him. So I had it and I was like, yo, this is surprisingly like actually really good.
That's my favorite pizza. Like
Alright, so
around here?
for Rhode Island. I
Oh,
should
yeah,
Yeah,
I was
say.
gonna
yeah.
say,
For
let
Rhode
me know
Island.
when you want to come to New Haven.
No, I do. But no, for like Rhode Island, that's
Yeah.
my favorite pizza.
It's
by far.
a good choice. I'm not at all disappointed by that pizza.
Yeah. There's that, and then Pizza Marvin's really good too.
I know. I've had them back to back. Like one
I
day
think
and the
Jeff's
next
is
day.
better.
I like Jeff's better.
Really? I
Yeah.
think Marvin's better.
Really?
Yeah. I like Marvin's pizza. I like when they do the knockoff Al Forno pizza.
There's a
I don't think
sweetness
it's
to the
on the menu
Marvin's pizza
anymore.
that it's not for me.
Is
Not
the-
that it's
is
not
I
it-
think they're both extremely good, but I've had,
Is it the
I've had some good
sauce?
Marvin.
Yeah, there's a sweetness in it. It's not that it's not for me. That's not right. It's
Yeah,
just
you're
that
right.
I wouldn't take the sweetness in it over what I get at Jeff's.
Yeah. Jeff's, and the other thing with Jeff's, super consistent.
Nailed it.
They're
Like
unbelievably
every single
consistent.
time. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So-
Good stuff.
Well, I'm happy it delivered.
No, it was cool.
Yeah.
I was with it.
I'm happy.
Good.
Thank God.
I would order that myself if I came back.
Well,
Whoa.
hey, if you're ever down here at Jeff's, it's a half mile from
That's a big. That's a big. That's a big say.
That's a
Coming
big,
from-
right, from
Especially New Haven.
Well,
Come
I
on.
most like, but the thing, so I have to say, I most likely wouldn't order pizza if I came out here,
Yeah, of
Yeah.
course.
like on my own.
What's
That
your New
spot-
Haven spot?
The spot you guys, the Greek spot that y'all had taken me to years ago when I came back here with,
Oh, Mike's
with
Yeah.
Nate.
Yeah.
with the
that-
shawarma.
Yeah, that's
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that-
Oh yeah,
I mean,
let's
that's-
go. We'll get that right after.
Truly, that's
son. I'll stick around. You don't have to tell me twice.
That spot's crazy.
yeah, that's honestly always on our list. At times we'll go like a week or two without it, but we always come crawling back.
That went hard.
Yeah.
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 My New Haven spot. There's two. So I guess if you want to do the traditional like of the trio,
Yeah.
you know, modern Pepe Sally's, I'll probably go to modern. I'll be more inclined.
Okay,
Yeah.
mine's the only one I haven't had.
And then if I want to go off the book there's this place called Zanelli.
Oh.
Yeah.
And it's like an Italian restaurant. They do like the real traditional kind of like more airy crust, like really flat, but like more doughy type of like real what people say is like real Italian pizza. Because like the other stuff is more like what happened when they came to America.
Yeah,
I gotcha. Yeah.
So apparently Zanelli is more traditional, but they're also just like one of the best Italian restaurants I've ever been to. And I think they got best restaurant in New Haven last year. Like
And they're in New Haven.
just, yeah. They're on the same street as Pepe Sally's.
It's just
How does that
so
street
right
work
there.
out like that?
It's the water. I'm telling you, it's the
unbelievable,
water. It
It's
starts
the
with the
water.
water.
Sick. You just drive down the street.
it-
Everybody's in line for Pepe's and Sally's.
Yeah.
And you roll up to Zanelli, and the line is like mad low key, and you're like,
How's it looking over there at Modern? Is there always a line at Modern too?
yes, yeah. And the parking lot at Modern is fucked up as far as like it's just so small.
Yeah.
I'm like, there's no way I'm parking here.
Yeah. Where
Right,
are you gonna put the car?
Yeah,
I think
so-
Rhode Island can put up very well for Italian food, like countrywide, but pizza. New Haven's fucking unbelievable.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just it's the golden.
Only thing is that if you're looking for a slice, you go to New York City.
Yeah,
Yeah. New York City's slice spot.
yeah. Sparrow.
If you want to sit down,
Yeah.
Real authentic
Dude, they got him right
Italian
off the highway. They got him right on the turnpike.
well, it's funny because there's a Sbarro at a rest stop that's like 10 minutes south of New Haven on the highway.
Yeah,
And I'm like, why the fuck would you go?
Who would ever
they
stop
got
here?
to be ashamed.
Yeah,
they got to
like,
be.
don't
They got to
even-
know.
Just
Imagine working there. The
That's-
lie
that's
you
what
have
I
to
mean,
tell
yeah.
all day,
Yeah.
every day.
You don't even say
Like,
where you
imagine
work.
me
It's just
stamping license plates in prison.
I
dude.
work. Like, yeah, I work at the rest stop. You don't. That's it. That's where you
Oh,
stop.
see, Matt knows what's good. Yeah, State Street. State Street also is just a nice, like, there's a lot of bunch of cool stuff at State Street in New
Yeah.
Haven.
That's it.
Yeah, I think that's
all
going
we
to do
needed
it
to
for
hear.
us this week. Yeah, I appreciate the pizza insight, and it's good to know that was at
I'm
least
cool with
at
that.
least par.
That was good.
On par. Yeah,
Anything you want to plug?
that's going to do it for us. I think.
I mean, obviously the homies, FCP Euro.
Yep.
But also do want to plug Grid Life. Really good. Like I mentioned, the barrier to entry is so low.
Mm-hmm.
Like whatever level of car enthusiasm or just event enthusiasm or just fun you want to have, go out to one of those events. Circuit Legends for all of us in the Northeast here, as that's going to be the closest one.
Yep. August. What's the date?
August 19th and 20th. I think
Okay.
it is. So whatever that third weekend in August is, basically.
Yeah.
And then if you just wanted to go to a track day, though, Grid Life, again, they have an event at NJMP. I have to look up when that is. It's in the midsummer, some point in July, I think, or something like that. So if you just want to get on the track and get some good instructors and get a bunch of track time, that's a good event
Great
to go
place
to.
to start,
For
yeah.
HPDE. And then also got to plug, like I mentioned before, A50 Project on YouTube. Season 2 is out. It's popping. Go check it out. If you haven't seen it all, you might want to catch up via season 1. Bunch of good episodes, and it also allows you to kind of learn about the people in it, because there's a lot of, like, Jacob, for example. He's one of the biggest characters just in general, and
Yeah.
he's somebody that you would latch onto as a viewer. You'll love Jacob at the end. And, of course, the Golden Era Project, as well, as I mentioned. That is also on YouTube season 1. Can be dropping kind of some fun, like, other episodes as the cars kind of tour around and do things. For example, like, also Road and Track is going to drive Golden Era pretty soon, I'm pretty sure. So, like,
Awesome.
it's going to be toured around, and we're just going to, like, have everybody kind of get their own experiences with the cars.
Yeah.
So it's going to be some fun stuff.
Are they like playlists on a FCP page?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Josh might be able to actually post those into like the.
I can put those
bio.
in the links.
Yeah.
Yeah, in all of our links. And that's good because I've been looking for new stuff to watch, so I'll catch up on those.
Yeah.
That sounds really good. Oh, that's what I was going to say is, I know you mentioned it, but like the Grid Life stuff, a lot of people in our circle, like we're all going to be there.
Yeah.
Because from
Everyone's gonna be
FCP, TCS, Seamus, Ransom Garage, like Big Seats Driving. It just there's so many of us that we know in the community that are going to be there. So it's going to be awesome. I'm looking very much forward to it. Jade, thank you very much for coming to hang out, man. Seriously, it's always fun, always a pleasure.
I
You're the best,
appreciate you
man.
guys.
It's a
Yeah.
blast.
Appreciate it.
Big shouts to everybody. Thank you for hanging out in the chat and listening to us in general. As always, thank you for listening. Don't forget to visit our YouTube channel where you can like, comment, and subscribe for more content. Visit our website, revivalmotoring.com, where you can sign up for the B4B, check our coffee, and see whatever else we have rolling. Going to be making some changes to that website pretty soon. Just some small updates I want to do. So yeah, I think that is that. We will see you all next week. Corey, Arrivederci.
I'll
Enjoy
see
your
you
trip.
all
Enjoy
June
Italy.
7th.
Enjoy. Like I said, bring your umbrella, your rubbers.
Bring my umbrella,
Galoshes.
and I got
Water
a
wings.
rain jacket. You know?
Yep. Everybody check out at Don't Die Inc. on Instagram as well. Big shouts to the Fieldworks guys.
Big
We
shouts to
opened
Fieldworks
up
guys.
the
Got some
package
merch.
that they gave to us earlier.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, big shouts to you. Their show's coming up as well pretty soon, so I'm sure we'll talk about that more as the year progresses. But
See you
yeah,
at Lock City.
Yeah,
See
Lock
you at the
City
Luft Open
Friday,
House.
Luft House Sunday. So there's some car stuff for y'all to do if you are, inclined to do so.
Solid car weekend.
Yeah. So we will see you all next week. Thank you very much for listening. Peace out.
Later, guys. Thanks for listening.
Thanks, y'all. See you later.